A channel lights the calm relay. Stories unfold in the softest sound. In the night watch, we're tightly bound. A cozy vibe whispers through the stream, like drifting slow inside a dream. Conversations linger late and free. The night watch is the place to be. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. A laugh, a thought, a quiet tale. The night breathes slow, we set our sail. Through every chat and every laugh, we weave a stream, a timeless path. Stay while the stars are bright, each word a spark that paints the night. Connection deep, it soars and sings. In this space, the heart takes wings. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home.
Hey, how's everybody doing? My camera's a little crooked, sorry. Must have thumped it. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good day, wherever you may be. For me, it's evening, and that's why we do the Night Watch, where we do not embrace any type of Satanism. So stop saying that. We embrace science. And only science. And yes, I do agree that science can answer everything, and I don't really care about all the metaphysical arguments and whatnot either. So around here, it's science, it's naturalism, and it's having some fun, looking at some videos from folks who think the opposite. And Tilting Windmill was in here right away, dropping a link and reminding. Yeah, please like the video. Helps the channel out a lot, helps everybody's channels a lot. Everybody's been pushing the likes lately, and there's a reason. Please hit the like. Doesn't cost you anything. I see I got about 50-some people stopped by yesterday for the member stream, so I hope you enjoyed having your member stream. I know the video was pretty bad, but that's what you get when you come over here at the captive desk. And also, don't forget, as Windmill graciously reminded me, and I did pull it up, That's me. I'm going to be on Skeptic Haven this Sunday with Neil, the 604 Atheist. That's the really huge guy behind me. I think that's about real life, too. I understand Neil's pretty big, so he's a good friend to have. I've been on Neil's show a couple of times. I was officially on his show, and I've been on several after shows, hanging out with everybody. It's always a good time over there. So make sure you subscribe to Neil, the 604 Atheist, as well as Skeptic Haven. And yeah, Neil's a popular host over there, and I'm going to try co-hosting with Neil. So yeah, if you do have the time on Sunday, stop by, and you can call in and say hi to us. There's a phone number, and there's also a stream link that they post. You can get in with us and say howdy or ask a question or whatever. And yeah, any theists out there, that's your opportunity as well. It's a call in. You can ask your questions. That's what we're going to be there for. So I've been getting numerous requests lately to talk to a bunch of people. So here's your chance to talk to me. Of course, you can always get a hold of me and I'll talk with you. I like talking with folks. We had a nice conversation with a theist on Saturday, and we do appreciate civil discourse. So yeah, if you've been itching to talk to me, was it JG was here the other day? You listening? There you go. Come check us out. Let's check in the chat. We Katie's in here. Hello, Katie. And Top Tester. And of course, Tilting is in here. Tori's in here. Good to see everybody. And yeah, that's will be Sunday. Of course, Saturday is always Saturday night at the Atheists. I don't know what it's going to be this week. Usually I don't until like Thursday or Friday when I say, oh yeah, I have to post Saturday night at the Atheists. And then I decide what it's going to be. So it's a surprise to us as well. Hi, Ryan. How you doing? But I've always got a bunch of videos in the waiting, and they're usually pretty terrible. So last week, Pastor John, we didn't like Pastor John. Usually we don't make things too personal. A lot of the stuff is just nonsense, you know. But Pastor John, I don't know. Simos and I both got a bad vibe, and some of the things he said, we don't like him. So there you go, Pastor John. You're not very likable. I was on Ed's stream earlier, and there was some kind words. My camera's still funny. Go this way. I must have thumped it. It's a little better. Keep looking crooked. Why am I crooked? Stop being crooked, Dave. I should just quit messing with it. Maybe I'll just maybe that's the problem. I keep messing with it. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was on Ed's stream earlier. Some folks over there with some kind words for the channel. Did appreciate it. Thank you very much. And yeah, I like hanging out over there with Ed. He's got an interesting perspective. I was never really religious, so I like to get the viewpoint of people that were and see what they have to say. And often our stories are similar, except the deconversion parts. But the questions and the self-realized answers are often very much similar. So I like talking with folks like Ed. And yeah, a lot of kind words in the chat. Much appreciated. I do appreciate it. I got put up there with one of the chill atheists. So I didn't get nailed down on my ranking yet, but Ed thinks it's a good idea for BS to do a top tier list. Because he told us both we were the third nicest atheist on YouTube. And BS, that just can't be. Come on. You told two people the same thing? Although, I guess it could be a tie. Be fair enough. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Tilting windmill, I should prepare for this debate in 20 minutes, but I doubt I need it. You're going to do a debate? Good luck. Is that the one you were talking about the other day? Somebody you ran into in the chat or something like that? Or was that somebody else? Yeah, Ryan's on it. Just met the guy. He wants to do it now. Okay. Yeah, Friday we had the double header debates, and then we did the after show, and then Saturday we went long. Simos and I were hanging out, having a good time, so we just kept rolling. We had one of our longer streams, but it's always good hanging out with Simos and Mike and Scott and Brainless and everybody else too. Ambushed Apostate. How you doing, Seth? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not much for the debates. I prefer conversations, and even then, having the conversations, they go off the rails sometimes, and so I'm very cautious about the discussions, and that's why I was a little hesitant about having somebody on the other day, but it turned out good. I can't remember the names. Something Theos, something like that. Yeah, thanks for the civil discourse. We've had a couple people join us on Saturdays that have been theists, and so far so good. So all hail Bigfoot. That continues. Hello, John. How you doing? Otherwise, yeah, that's why I like doing these little streams where I can just rattle off and say what I have to say about the videos. And really, I'm a script kind of guy. When I do my videos and stuff, I have it all wrote out, right? When I slip up and I could just edit it out, and so it's very relaxed doing it. And some of these people, the idea is just to irritate you, right? And when you get irritated, you get flustered, and you don't say things right. And I understand that. And the couple of times I have talked to people, it does get a little irritating, especially if they start name calling and stuff. Jim Bob. And you say, hey, let's not call names. I'm too old for that, right? And then they still do it, and then it's, okay, I get what you're doing. You just want to irritate people. Okay, you irritated me. And that's why I don't talk to you anymore. So when you're over there saying, where's everybody at? No, the atheists are all a bunch of cowards, this and that. It's like, no, we just don't like talking to you. Get the hint? All right. Objective Ethics. Hello. Good to see you. You are in the recovery room after surgery. Click this thing. Doctor said everything went well. Hopefully I can go home tomorrow afternoon. You got to love modern surgery, don't you? I had to have an emergency thing done, and I went in first thing in the morning because I had been dealing with it for a couple of days. I woke up first thing in the morning, and I was doubled over in pain. I said, take me to the hospital. And And a couple hours later, I was out of surgery, in recovery, and they said, you don't even need to spend the night. They sent me home. The doctor was great. Little microsurgery, went in there, fixed my stuff up. Amazing. Really amazing. So I hope you have a good recovery. Don't say the word count. Oh, the word count. The word. Oh, don't say that word. Okay. I only say word count. I don't misspell it. My English friends, my British friends, what do they call it? Is it British? I guess it's British English. My friends from across the pond often use that word. So it gets used plenty. Yeah, I slipped, didn't I? That's right. It's only in Minecraft. Minecraft covers everything. So yeah, this weekend I say doubleheader Dave. You can catch me Saturday as usual, and then with Neil on Sunday at Skeptic Haven. So I hope everybody can stop by. And let's see, got to stop that one. The other one. All right, stop. Thank you. Pay attention. Drop this one. And then we go to this one. That's the only thing. You can only share one screen at a time. You got to go through all the clicks to get the other one down. Nope. Anyway. Hey, Wes, we were just talking. I just had it up on the screen to stop in there at Skeptic Haven on Sunday. And there's Wes. Your ears must have been burning. You saw the thumb? Okay. Yeah, I pulled it up, and yeah, it's shared around, and some other folks are sharing it around, so I appreciate that. And yeah, I just told everybody, be there or be square. And if there's any of those theists listening that have been bugging me, this is their opportunity to call in. So there you go. I'm putting it out there, theists. Anybody that's had questions or wanted to talk to me, interrupt a stream and whatever, no interrupting on Sunday. You can call in, just go ahead and do that. So it's all good. And I still look crooked. I don't know why I look crooked. See, if I come forward, I don't look crooked. But when I go back, I look crooked, like my head's over. A little better. Must have really whacked my camera. I don't remember thumping it that hard, but it happens. All right, so yeah, that's the business. And and don't forget one more thing. Check the description below. There is a link for Ember's GoFundMe. So if you can help out, please click on that link. And is it hot where you're at, John? Oh, that's one other thing. Let me tell you what. I've had it with the heat. I know a lot of us have. This summer has been brutal. Try to do anything outside. It's so difficult. And man, the humidity, the air's thick. It's tough to do anything about, the sweat in my eyes, just trying to do anything. It's like, that's a serious bummer. I mean, I like the summertime. I like, except for the really hot days, but there's supposed to be some nice ones mixed in, right? Not very many here. I don't know about everybody else, but is Ember trying to get a new hat? Ember had some medical bills, and we're trying to help Ember out because even with insurance and stuff, Ember still got nailed. So, and a lot of us have been there. And and you're looking with the insurance bills and what they cover and stuff, and boy, do you get appreciative because it can add up real quick. I remember the years where we didn't have insurance and stuff. And yeah, you worry about every little thing. You know, they need to fix things. Dang it. We had Ember, some unexpected medical bills, and I've seen people have been helping out over there. It goes up every time I look, so that's really cool of everybody that's got it like that. You know, not everybody can help out. Best wishes work too, but if you got it like that, you know, drop her a couple bucks. You went bankrupt? Yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know. It really is. Yeah. So so that's business. Check out the description and check me out this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, we got business, and yeah, yesterday I had a members stream, so all the members, thanks for stopping by. Like I said, it was like 50 people or something, so a lot of people stopped by. That was sweet. And for the rest of the members, don't forget, you can still go back and watch it. And if you're not a member, you can hit that like button down there. It's pretty cheap. Cheapest you can get. And you can check out those videos too. And join in the emoji fun, because we do have lots of emojis. And that's all part of the being a member thing, as well as you get to see my videos when they come out 24 hours before anybody else as well. So all the bonuses that you could want for in a channel, I try to deliver. Yeah, and please subscribe over to Ember too. Ember just hit 2,000 subscribers. Woohoo! Way to go, Ember. All right. We got to take care of all the business now. Let's see, everybody. Hellos. Cool. All right, so now we got... I had to start with this guy because this guy really annoyed me about as much as Pastor John did. So let's take a listen to this pastor, whoever his name is. It says, Joseph Matera, Mattera. Why atheism does not work. I thought it worked just fine, but I guess it doesn't.
Without God, there's no morality. The atheist lives.
Well, God, there's people that morality predates your religion. Just bad argument.
Inconsistently with their worldview.
I don't have a worldview. There's no worldview. It's just, I don't believe you. That's it. Everything else is pretty much the same. You know, I wake up in the morning. Excuse me. That's why I have the tea. I wake up in the morning. I make a cup of tea. I feed my dogs. I take a shower. You know, I bet, you know, a lot of you do too. Theists, atheists, whatever. And you go about your day with your job, your family, your college, whatever level you're at in there, sometimes all at once. And wait a minute, let me drop this off. There we go. Okay, now I got it. Sorry about that. I try to remember doing that. So this whole worldview thing, I never really liked the term. I know what it means, but there's reality, and then there's people that seem to try to escape it, and that's my opinion. So when people ask, "What's your worldview?" I say, "I don't have a worldview." You see, everybody has a worldview. It's like, no, I think a lot of these words are just silly. I really don't care for the term atheist either, because, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't believe in. It's kind of thrust upon us as non-believers. I prefer skeptic, but atheism is just because I don't believe you. So you can replace it with I don't believe you. It works exactly the same. Otherwise, yeah, everything else is the same. I have to mow my lawn. I have to pull weeds. I'm stockpiling stuff. We need to fix the what do you call them? The fascia boards. Is that what's behind the gutters? They're all crap. And so my son started ripping out all the gutters, and we're gonna just go up and over, and we're just gonna do the roof and everything while we're at it. So stockpiling all that stuff because it's about that time. I did the roof the last time. I was a young man then, but this time I got a nail gun and all the tools, so hopefully it won't be too bad. And yeah, I've got my young boys to help and everything, and can always call in some favors. So, but you know, it's one of those things a lot of us do. I mean, you either do it yourself or you hire somebody. You know, I had a hot water heater go out. I did that before, but I just there was no way. Again, I was a younger man back then, so I paid the plumber to put the hot water heater in, and so did some Christian, so did some Muslim, so did some Jewish person, a Hindu person, all kinds of people had to buy a hot water heater because theirs went out. So there's no worldview. It's just there's life, and you go to church and I don't.
If someone said there's no right or wrong, the truth is relative. There's no absolute.
Where do you get this atheist say there's no right or wrong? Now, I know there's some philosophy books out there that have a lot of nonsense in it, but there's right and wrong. I mean, that's, you know, I've got a speed limit sign out here, okay? That's a right and a wrong. And we all kind of decided, don't drive so dang fast on the side street, right? So if you're zipping down my side street and the fuzz catch you, you're going to get a ticket because there's right or wrong. We don't like taking our neighbor's stuff, so we made laws against it. I keep my stuff, you have your stuff. Everybody has their stuff, we're all happy. If you take my stuff, that's wrong. And we've decided you're going to get tossed in jail, a fine, whatever is appropriate. Because it's wrong. Harming people, it's wrong. And a lot of this can go back to, you don't want it done unto you, don't do it to somebody else. The golden rule does stand true. It's not unique to Christianity. It is a good rule, though. And it's basic social group animals living together. And the best for everybody is to have some of these boundaries that we call morals, laws, rules, etc. Because sometimes you need a reminder. Paid $197 for a roof. Holy moly! Make sure that's not 19.7. No, I think that's 19.7, isn't it? Gutter guards were $400. Yeah. Well, I was pricing the stuff out, and yeah, all the materials you're probably looking $3,500, I think, and then plus lumber, and I've already got a list of lumber that's going to be about another $1,000. So 4,500, I think I could do it. Maybe even better. We'll see. I don't have a very big house. The only thing is I have a big garage. So it's like doing the house twice. But yeah, that's, people are asking me, why don't you just pay somebody? I said, because it's mostly labor. That's why. You got a crew show up with all their trucks and all their stuff and everything. And it's a lot of labor. And as far as, you know, tear off is a pain, getting it all prepped and everything. But laying it down, it's just, you put shingles down, you put nails in it. I mean, I'm at the age, or at the wisdom both, to know what I can do and when I'm going to call somebody. So I'm going to put the shingles down, and was it $3,000? When I did the roof myself the first time, I did it for like $500. I did it on the cheap, though. I had a lot of friends kick in on the cheap, and lumber was on the cheap and, all that good stuff. But yeah, I was in the hundreds the first time I did it. Every day after work, I was up there nailing shingles on. All the skin was wore off my hands and my knees and everything from being on the roof and doing all that. Yeah, I was, but not this time. I'm buying all the tools and a nail gun. I got a good nail gun. I got all the stuff. So yeah, I'm just trying to save the labor because I'm trying to recoup. For those of you who know, I had some legal problems with the one idiot neighbor, and it's one of those things you can't. What do? You got to pay the legal fees, and you're out the money. So that's something else. I'm trying to recoup that money too, because it was just wasted money. So I figure, like I say, I got young boys. We can do it. And then I'm going to pay for the gutters to be put on because I want to get like seamless with the, what do you call them? The gutter guards, whatever. They got different names. And yeah, I'll pay for that to be done. And so, yeah, I'll do this and I'll pay for that type of deal, right? That's where I'm at. So, yeah, where the heck was I with this guy? Oh, yeah. There's no absolute, there's no right or wrong. This is bad arguments. And if you want to go by the Bible, there's a lot of things you don't follow in the Bible. There's a lot of silly things in the Bible. There's a lot of horrid, silly rules in there, barbaric rules in there. There's, I point out, 8 of the 10 commandments carry a death sentence. So, no, we're not going to follow your, God's got the good way thing or whatever. It's nonsense.
Slap him in the face.
There we go. It's to slap people in the face. This is supposed to be a pastor or something. And you hear the people in the crowd. Yeah, just smack them.
Oh, why'd you do that? Well, was that wrong or right? That was wrong. Why?
Yeah. Well, for one thing, little man, don't be smacking people. Not a good idea.
Without God, there's no morality. There's no right or wrong. There's no concept of evil or good.
Sure there is. It's in the Bible. God makes evil and good. It's in Isaiah 45:7. I'm committing it to memory. It also does away with any notion of free will, because you can't have free will if God does everything, good and bad. I'd like to ask him what his ideas of right or wrong are. According to the Bible, owning people is okay. According to the Bible, just doing away with certain people is okay. And I point out, not even Israel follows those laws anymore. Any westernized, and Israel's a piss poor example, but any countries that are westernized, so to speak, nobody follows the Bible laws. It's barbaric. Some of the worst countries in the world is what comes close to following biblical morality, so-called. And this was a quickie, 27 seconds, and I already don't like you. First of all, I don't like a pastor up there saying, "Oh, just smack somebody in the face." That's what you teach. One more reason that I don't go to church. Running into people like you. And the best part is, I can remove you from the list. All right. And speaking of somebody else that gets under my skin, he's got another one. Oh, I got a couple from him. Hold on. I've had a couple back and forths with this guy in the in the comments section. oh, here it is. A tribute to Pastor John MacArthur from Tony Costa. If y'all know who Tony Costa is, yeah, I don't like him either.
As many of you probably already know, Pastor John MacArthur, pastor of Grace Community Church in California, in the Los Angeles area of California, passed away yesterday, Monday, July 14th.
Good riddance. And you know what was humorous about his funeral? A lot of the other big names weren't there. So they don't even like him.
Just shortly after 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, California time. And one thing I just wanted to say in this video is just a tribute to Pastor John.
No, good riddance. Your worm food, that's all you're worthy of. No, I'm not being nice. Forget, heck yeah, I got a list. Watch out, I'll put you on it. Yeah, I don't like either one of them. Didn't like MacArthur, and don't like Tony Costa. He says a lot of awful things, and he seems to be just one big royal jerk. So I don't like him.
I would say that he had a tremendous influence on my life and my ministry.
I'll bet. That's why you're a jerk like him, and you say bigoted things like he did. And you know, it just makes me wish for a Jesus to actually exist, waiting there at the gates to say, "I never knew you. Depart from me." That's what I want. If any of that nonsense is real, I would like to see the look on these crappy people's faces when Jesus tells them, "You think I'm letting you in here?" I like to think if there is a heaven, people like Mr. Rogers are in heaven, not garbage like MacArthur or Tony here. Because who wants to spend eternity with them? I mean, Mr. Rogers, I mean, he'd be cool to hang out with. Him, I'd even hang out with Jesus, you know. But not with these. I don't want to spend eternity with the likes of these. And it seems like, you know, just the worse they are, the more they think that they're the ones going to heaven and they're all special. No thanks.
I know that as a young pastor, John MacArthur freely gave away many books and resources that some pastors just would not be able to afford. He gave those freely to those pastors.
Oh, well, that was nice. The guy also had a ton of money, right? Let's see, what was he worth? John MacArthur net worth. Yeah, he's only got like 10, 20, 30 million dollars. I mean, you know, I'll give you a free book too. Give me $30 million. That is so true, brother. I bet 90% of Christians wouldn't actually make the cut. Well, it says it in the book. You know, many are called, few are chosen, something like that. No, I'm not a Christian. People have accused me of being a Christian. I've never been so insulted in all my life. I've been called a Muslim too. I don't know. Which Jesus? I don't know. I hope it's not any of the ones that ICE picked up, because they're all going to be out of luck. Oh, there's a liberal hippie one, a Republican one. Yeah, he's not so nice. Yeah, no, I like the hippie Jesus. I like to cherry pick. You know, I like Jesus speaking out and helping people. Those are the parts. questionable, some of the things when he talks about infighting, stirring up trouble and all that stuff. Doesn't seem to match up. But yeah, Mr. Rogers, though, I can hang out with Mr. Rogers. As far as I know, Mr. Rogers never preached at anybody. He set an example. That's the way you should do it. Tony here, no. His example is, I don't want to go to your church because I don't like you.
And he invested much in the gospel. And over 50 years of faithful service.
For 10, 20, 30 million, depending on where you get the numbers. Yeah.
Is not something that many people could lay claim to.
Yeah.
But let me just say that Pastor John MacArthur, even though I didn't agree with everything he said.
No, you just agreed with all the worst parts of the things he said.
The areas where I disagreed, there were some areas where they were just secondary issues, tertiary areas. And my disagreements were made out of love for him as well. We're not.
You'll make me sick like Pastor John did the other night. I love you. I love you. No, you don't. You're a jerk.
None of us, other than God's word, are infallible or inerrant.
Speak for yourself.
But Pastor John MacArthur was a man completely committed to the gospel.
Yeah, he should have been committed, all right. I had to make a phone call earlier, Wes, getting about to be that time. Say, hey, stop by over here. Hello, Jimmy Tux. How are you? Good to see you. This should be right up your alley. You don't like these garbage pastors, right? It's Tony Costa. Yeah, he's a snotty one.
Defended the gospel, and with the rise of various fads that would come and go, liberalism and modernism, postmodernism, and just false doctrines, emergent church, and woke ideologies.
Woke. Oh, he said it. Okay. There you go. If you didn't think he was a jerk, maybe you don't know him, and you should at least now think that he's an idiot, right? Woke. Oh, the woke. It's like, oh. So as soon as I hear that, I just immediately go right to idiot. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to be nice about it. It's just, oh, you're so woke. It's like, shut up. You know, it's like, really? And again, this is a pastor. Oh, those liberals. Yeah, I know liberalism's just so terrible. Helping people out and everything. Yeah. And the woke. The woke. See, originally woke is supposed to be about recognizing injustice. Like Jesus did. Remember that part in the Bible? Do we need to open it up?
These are things that Pastor John stood up against. And
he stood up against it. See, there it is. Yeah. I know what you're standing up against. These kind of idiots will go right back to taking the vote away from women and everything, too. Just give them the chance. Come on. My thing's not cooperating. There we go. Silly mouse.
He did so faithfully. You cannot deny his matchless love for the Word of God.
I don't have anything nice to say about him, so I'm going to keep saying the opposite of everything you say. It's attributed to, I think, Mark Twain that said, I've never wished death on someone, but I've read some obituaries with great glee.
He was committed to the authority of Scripture. That was the final say. He used to always say that that when someone would say, you know, the Lord told me to tell you, and he would just say, well, that's when he would shut off and say, well, let's see what the Word of God says. So he.
Wait a minute. God spoke to somebody, but they didn't. Wait a minute. I got to hear that again. Wait a minute.
Say that when someone would say, you know, the Lord told me to tell you, and he would just say,
the Lord told me to tell you, and he would say, F you, I'm going to look in the Bible. He was told God spoke to somebody, and he just brushes it off. Isn't that interesting? You're a believer, and you didn't care what God said to somebody? Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, that's when he would shut off and say, well, let's see what the Word of God says. So he would.
That's when he would shut off. In other words, not listen to the person who talked to God.
Was a great role model, and someone who was faithful to the end, loved the Word of
God. Again, his friends didn't seem to care to show up to his funeral.
God, preached the Word of God, was faithful to the Word of God, and all that to say that John MacArthur, in the words of 2 Timothy 4, where Paul says, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith, and now there is waiting for me the crown of life, which the Lord, the righteous judge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to heaven. No, thank you.
Will give me on that day. And so he has finished well. He has graduated to glory. He has now passed the baton to other pastors
don't
and
do
those
that,
who love
please.
the Word of God. Maybe honor his memory.
No. Use that spot to go potty. Good riddance. When I hear about there was a couple of pastors that lost or that went belly up recently, and yeah, sorry, not sorry. Catching up with the chat. Love the little children. Yeah, no. MacArthur was another one of them hate preachers, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, he was worth tens of millions of dollars, because the odds of the rich man getting into heaven are like the camel through the eye of the needle. Unless you're a preacher, then you can have tens of millions of dollars. Yeah. Nope. Good riddance. I just wanted to throw that out there. Good riddance. And I don't like Tony because he's snotty. He's another preacher that's supposed to be nice or whatever, and I'm just naive. You expect them to be nice, and they're just not. Let's see. I don't remember what some of these are. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna be surprised too. What's this here?
Bible just.
Hold on. YouTube, you need to have a couple of seconds there. Gosh. The Bible is not just a book. Here's why. From Bible Alive. Okay? See what you got to say.
Bible just another book. No, first off, that's wrong. The Bible's not a book. Bible's 66 books. 40 different people wrote it. Over.
No, the Bible's a collection of stories in a book. It's not a book. It's a book.
1,500 years. There's never been a book like that in history. Does that make it the Word of?
It's a collection of stories. People have made collections of stories. And you've also got an Old Testament and a New Testament. So, I mean, you know, that's a big span too.
God? No. It just means it's worth considering. Gives you some reason to consider it over the others. Well, how about history?
Why do I got to consider it over the others? It's still about Yahweh and Jesus. Just a bunch of different stories.
For hundreds of years, archaeology has used the Old Testament and New to find buildings, to find people, to find civilizations, to find kings.
The Bible has some stuff mentioned it, and archaeologists have looked for some of the things, and they found some of the things in the Bible. Yeah. Did they find anything supernatural? No. So if they find every city mentioned in the Bible, I don't care.
That didn't exist, or they didn't think they did, and suddenly the Bible said they're there, and they dug it up, and there it was. Does that make it the Word of God? No.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's just people wrote about some cities.
It means it's historically accurate. Real people.
Historically accurate, no. A lot of things in the Bible did not happen. A lot of the folks in the Old Testament seem to have never even existed. So it's not historic.
Really existed and really wrote down what they saw.
No, they didn't. Good examples, Moses and the books of Moses don't seem to be written by Moses, nor was there a Moses.
It's worth considering. And then
I've considered it, but you're twisting stuff around to make it, I don't know. Why? You're saying all these things, and then you're saying, but that doesn't prove God or something like that. I don't know. You're saying a lot of things.
they said, we're going to have God show up, and lots of people said that. Lots of religions say it. I will do prophecies. I will show that I'm not trapped in linear time.
Oh, the prophecies. Oh, yeah, that's a loser right there. Big fail, especially with Jesus's biggest prophecy that all these things will happen before some of you gathered here today take your last breath. Fail. Jesus, fail.
That I can see beyond where you are. I will give prophecies to tell you what the guy, when I show up, when God appears on earth to reveal himself, I'll show you what he's going to look like. Over.
There's no prophecies of what Jesus looks like. Help me out. Anybody ever, I don't know any descriptions of Jesus. I think that's one of the things that is not mentioned in the Bible is what Jesus looked like. There's like next to nothing mentioned about Jesus, right? Fix your chat room. There is no sound. What's in my chat room? Dave, fix your chat room. There is no sound. You guys can hear me, right? People wrote, yeah, they're repeating what I said. Turn off the sound in the chat room. I know what you're talking about, John. Everybody else hears me as far as I know. Yeah, you can hear me? Okay. You might want to refresh, John. Yeah, I've got a what's it, Jay? I got a bar graph right here. It says I'm on. But I don't know what you mean by the chat room. I'm not on Discord or anything. I'm just on here. Okay. Yeah, he's just messing. That's what I say. Okay. Stop doing that, John. For a moment there, I'm like, oh, crap, what happened? Get some internet demons.
Over 300 prophecies. And
oh, the 300 prophecies. No. No. I mean, no. You go to Isaiah or whatever, not talking about Jesus. Daniel and all the other things, and not talking about Jesus. And if you actually read it, it usually tells you what they're talking about and who they're talking about. And it's usually about who's going to win a battle or who's going to take over the throne or whatever. Not about Jesus. No.
And then a man showed up one day named Jesus, and he said, I'm that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. That's what he said, huh? Was his name Emmanuel? No, it wasn't, was it? No. And Jesus of Nazareth, but he has to be born in Bethlehem. So at the last minute, you take a 9-month pregnant woman across the desert to give birth in a strange town. Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense. That's kind of prophecies you're talking about. A bunch of nonsense. They wrote all that stuff to fit Jesus into some prophecies, and then they forgot the most important parts. Jesus did not lead a great battle. Jesus did not expel the enemies. Jesus did not reunite the tribes. Jesus did not sit on the throne and rule. Jesus did not usher in the Son of Man, which is basically, a peace on earth. And peace on earth. and what else? I think I'm missing one. But no, none of those a great battle. None of those things did Jesus do. So I don't know what book you're reading. And it is a book. I don't care that you think the Bible is not just a book. It's a book. And Jesus himself blew it on the prophecies. So, I got to get a buzzer sound. That's what I need. So, Bible Alive, you're off my list. I'm trying to bust out some of these shorties. I got stuck on some long ones last week, I think. Here's a shorty. You won't believe Mel Gibson's favorite Bible verse.
One last question. What is your favorite Bible verse?
My favorite Bible verse.
The millions, I'm sure. Oh, thousands.
I don't have a favorite. I mean, there's too many good ones.
Beautiful.
And they're hard to, they all mean something different. I mean, it's great. Perfect. From the Old Testament and the New Testament. I mean, you can't, how could you possibly pick?
All right. So he's got no freaking answer. The guy that made a Bible-themed movie doesn't have a favorite Bible. Everybody's got favorite Bible verses. I mean, you could say, well, I like this one and this one and this one or something, if you wanted to do that. Or, Bible verse? What's that? I don't think I've ever read that stupid book. Not a clue what the Bible says. It's as bad as, he read the Trump Bible. Oh, that's the Trump answer. What's your favorite Bible verse? Oh, they're all so good. I just don't know. I just can't pick one, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I get nailed with what's your favorite movie, your favorite music, favorite band, favorite album, all those different kind of things and stuff. And I can usually say, well, probably, and give a couple names are my top ones, If I had to be nailed down to something, I could say something. You want to know my favorite Bible verse? Are you ready? Are you ready, Mel? Here it is. When I was a child, I thought like a child, and I spoke like a child, and I did childish things. But when I became a man, I put away childish ways. That's a Bible verse. See, I can do it. This goofball, who I do like when he acts, but when he talks otherwise, he's just a big goof. This is an example of it. Oh, Bible verse, I don't know. And then I covered him doing the evolution thing on Joe Rogan. Oh, the whole evolution thing. Oh, wow. I don't know. I don't understand it. But, it don't happen because, what's this and that and, fake skeletons or something. Just shut up, okay? Just do your movies. Quit sticking a microphone in their face and asking them these ding-dong questions. Because you're just going to get a ding-dong answer. And I just wanted to call Mel a ding-dong one more time. Or dum-dum. Did I call him a dum-dum? I call him a dum-dum. And it's no offense to Mel. His acting, I like his acting. But, you know. Oh, wait a minute. I left a comment on this. What did I say? Can't name a Bible verse he likes because they are awful. Yeah, okay. I must have felt ornery that day. All right. Mel, yeah, stick to acting. Don't talk to anybody who gives you a microphone. Let's see. Who's next?
This might be the most disturbing.
Oh, no. Oh, dang it. I hit the wrong button again.
I'm an ordained minister.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
might be the most disturbing video you'll see.
See, if you don't know, everything moves when it first starts, and you try to click the button, and then you click the wrong button. And, yeah. It's the only thing. That's why, like, usually on Saturdays, I have my stuff downloaded, because then I can control everything. Are you accusing me of cherry-picking the Bible? I can cherry-pick the Bible, because I don't follow it. My apps don't work on my phone, but they do on my laptop. Yeah, I don't think mine works on my phone either. Dave is wrong on his favorite Bible verse. I'm not wrong on it. It may not be word for word, but hello, Geo Sam. Good to see you. The mighty Filbert. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Trying to catch the chat. That's the only thing about doing this show. I got to watch the chat. I got to click over here. I got to click over to my channel. And then I got to click over to the other YouTube channel to run the video. And that's, I wish StreamYard would put the controls in on here on the video, because it's inconvenient. The Bible says the days will be shortened in the last days. Uh-oh.
This might be the most disturbing video you'll see today, because it confirms something the Bible said long ago. Recorded on July 9th in Missouri, this footage went viral and shocked the world.
260,000 subscribers, 10,000 views. I don't think 10,000 is viral. It's pretty good, but it's not viral.
This was not sped up, and look how the moon moves fast. Something is off, and you can feel it. Scientists have confirmed, some days are literally getting shorter. People are...
I don't see the moon moving all this. Where's... Okay, you got that little gap there. Back it up. It's almost in the same exact place. Where is it moving?
Some days are literally getting shorter. People are noticing it.
No.
Time feels like it's slipping away.
No.
And the Bible already told us this would happen. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. Matthew 24:20.
Okay, I do see the moon coming across there, but, you know, that's what the moon does. If you watch the moon, it doesn't stay still. Trust me, especially when you got the telescope out, as soon as you get zoomed, you got to move unless you got a tracker on it, because it's already moved over. So that's what the moon does. I don't know what it has to do making the day shorter. I think you're confused. The day is how fast the Earth spins. Okay? It's not the moon. So.
2. We at Daily Faith Ministry are here to tell you this isn't a coincidence. God is speaking. These are the signs of the times. You can ignore it, or you can prepare your soul. And if you believe that God has a plan for your life, Send us a message inbox with the word blessing. We'll send you a special gift to strengthen your faith.
Oh, you'll send me a nice gift. Okay, now I see what you mean. Yeah, the moon moved over. I thought it was moving up and down, but it's moving over. Okay. Yeah, it moved over a little bit. Let's see, where was it? It was in the middle. And then it ended up over here. Well, yeah, that's what the moon does. I don't know what to tell you. The Bible says the days will be shortened. Okay, you got me. You clickbaited me. No idea what you're talking about. Nothing about the day being shorter. I must have saved it because I thought it was that terrible. Okay. No, the moon doesn't. It's how the Earth turns, right? And you get night and day. And if you want to see it, the space station feed, really cool to watch. If you got nothing else to check out, you watch the Earth turning underneath, and you'll see daylight, and then you won't see daylight because the Earth turns and it's facing the sun some of the time, and some of the time it's on the other side. That's your day. It's not the moon moving past a telephone pole. I don't know, are they even telephone poles anymore? Utility poles? Moon has nothing to do with the short day. Yeah. I know I've been trying to avoid the AI things. I think it just bugged me because the hell are they talking about? It's the moon. So, yeah. And 10,000 views. 10,000 views. Man, I wish I could get 10,000 views. How do I make a video this bad? I want 10,000 views on a terrible video. With AI. Didn't even do it. Just told AI to make it. Man, what a bummer. Oh, this woman here. Yeah, I haven't figured this one out. We're going to watch it anyway.
I'm an ordained minister of the disciples of
Ordained minister denies the Bible.
Christ Christian Church. In the Bible, it does not talk about people going to hell who are gay. And I studied it in seminary.
Are you willing to stand here for my response?
I'm willing to have a very rational conversation with you about the scripture.
Awesome. Do you not know the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived, neither fornicators.
Yeah, you notice that says the new version. The old versions do not say those words in there. So, this one, and what's the other one? I think it's, is it Timothy? I think it might be Timothy. Has the similar wording, though those words were added in. And it's supposed to be something like effeminate or something like that, which in the Greek has nothing to do with either of those words either. Yeah, so we got a pastor who pulling up his new version with words added into it that I don't think you're supposed to do to the Bible.
Nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor homosexuals, nor sodomites, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners will inherit the kingdom of God.
When Jesus Christ came, he said, there is...
Yeah, it's, wow, that's cheesy.
a new spirit and a new law, and that law is...
Now, see, she should have known that that's not in the original versions.
Love. And so the Bible is actually not the literal word of God. It is inspired by God. This is about...
Well, that's not a good argument.
Love!
You didn't have a conversation. You neglected.
Yeah, well, you, street preacher, this is why I don't like talking with you jerks, because this is the kind of jerk stuff you pull. And I would have pulled up the version that doesn't say that and said, you fibbing, shame on you. And isn't that like false prophet or something? No one's supposed to listen to you. So you know what? We're not going to listen to you anymore. You're a false prophet. Bible says don't listen to you. And I think maybe some stoning. Just saying. But she did not have good arguments. She just wanted to yell for gay people. And that's all good. I mean, he's obviously just being a jerk about gay folks. And yeah, as far as going to hell, hell is very odd in the Bible. Everybody's ideas from hell with the big red guy and the pitchfork and all the terrible things, that comes more from Dante than from the Bible. Jews don't even seem to have hell, and Jesus was a Jew, but yet he seemed to talk about hell more than heaven, which is really odd. So yeah, I think a lot of that stuff was added in. And ultimately, pretty sure Islam's hell is worse. So if you're just scared of that, go be a Muslim. How about that, street preacher? And I saved this, and I just wanted to share just a little piece of it real quick. Wait a minute here. Obviously,
overseas, Pope Francis is calling for peace and
Pope Francis, did pass away. We have a new pope. But one of the conspiracies was going around that the Pope didn't even give speeches in English or couldn't speak English or something like that. Anyway, and just so everybody knows.
unity on the Korean arrival. North Korea surprising range projectiles into the sea. Tony Aiello.
Italian when in public, even when greeting. So when the Pope opened his trip to Korea with a speech in English.
Peace is not simply the absence of war, but the work of justice.
And that's I just wanted to show that real quick, just for everybody's information that may have heard this. I don't remember what there was some kind of conspiracy theory. You know, there's this big thing about the popes and the last pope and everything going around, right? And the last pope was supposed to be, some name that the pope didn't pick, so they prophecy didn't even come true. Of course, they never do. And there's some part of it was, the pope didn't know English or couldn't speak English or something like that. And I'm not a fan of the church or anything like that. But it's just not true. The Pope could read and speak English. Maybe not the best, but often the popes speak numerous languages, and you don't always speak them all the best. But he could do it. And things like this bug me. So I just wanted to clear it up that, yes, he could. Can't anymore because he's gone. But at the time, yes, he could speak and read English. So there you go. If you didn't know that, I just wanted to pass that on because I heard it somewhere. And so I looked it up. Hello, Sydney. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, unless that's your kind of, Actually, I don't even like that word. Now this was the sin of your sister Sodom. She did not help the poor and needy. So I would like that word to be used, in a positive light. I mean, not that, getting it on isn't positive, but They forget that God's wrath came down on those cities because those people were terrible people. They did not help the poor and the needy. It had nothing to do with what they think it has to do with. It's all I don't know. They see that in a lot of verses in the Bible. First thing they think is, it's like you need to rock the house a little more. If the house is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Because you got it on the brain way too much. I'll catch you later, Wes. If I don't see you before then, I'll see you this weekend. Don't forget, everybody, I'm going to be over there on Wes's channel with the Skeptic Haven on Sunday evening. So make sure you check us out over there, and you're subscribed at Skeptic Haven. Pretty sure I put it in the description, but I will double check. Yes, it is in the description, Skeptic Haven. So make sure you click on it and check us out Sunday night. I'll be hanging out with Neil over there. All right, so we got that cleared up. Get it off of my list. There was a reason I saved it, and that was the reason. Somebody said he couldn't do it, and I looked it up, and he could do it. So it's not true. There was so many, yeah, see, here's another one mixed in. Let's see, maybe this says something about it. Prophecy of popes.
So did you know Pope Francis is the last pop? And
Pop? This is Pop. What the heck are you saying? Nobody says Pop. It's the Pope. You moron.
and after that it will be the judgment day.
So it literally ends after Pope Francis?
Yeah.
Yeah. My fry had told me, no. It comes from this silly thing about all the popes' pictures are on a wall, and there's a space left on the wall for another pope. And they're saying, well, that's the end of the world. And it's like, can't they put the pope's picture on another wall? I mean, they can extend it on another wall, can't they? It's and of course, we've got the head dum-dum here. How he has all that money, I don't know. We got the head dum-dum here, calling him the Pop, and he's going to be the last one because of this nonsense prophecy he read on a bubblegum wrapper somewhere.
And this book in the Vatican archives, right, predicted.
Oh, there's a book in the archives that's secret information. Yeah, and it predicted it all right. All these predictions from any of these prophets or whatever about the last pope, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like, let me see. Prophecy, what will the last pope's name be? Who is prophesied to be the last pope? Peter the Roman? Yeah, Peter the Roman is the last pope. And so our pope now is Leo the 14th. I wanted to look up which one it was. So he's Leo the 14th. He's not Peter the Roman. And he's from this country, America. Chicago, I think, or Illinois, or was Chicago. I think he's a Chicago fan, something like that. So yeah, Peter the Roman. So how many ways can you get it wrong? That's how many ways you can get it wrong.
Every single pope from 1143 all the way to our current pope.
Yeah.
But the scary thing is after Pope...
No, they didn't predict all the popes. They just wrote them down.
Francis, the last one, it just says Judgment Day. And the creepiest thing inside St. Paul's Basilica ordering the whole inner sanctuary is a picture of every single pope, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what's weird is that there's only a certain amount of markers where you can put the picture. There's just one left after Pope Francis. They've always said once that last slot is filled, it will.
Now, wait a minute. See right there, see? That's a corner, okay? You can go onto the other wall. Is that showing up over here? I think it is. Can you see my mouse? There's a corner. The Pope's names. Go to another wall. Pope's names. Go to another wall. Pope's names. Go to another room. Go on another wall. It's just the dumbest thing. They have the spot ready for the next one. That's what it is, just in case. But there isn't a, they didn't put up like, I don't know, whatever, 50 spots, and this is the last one to be filled or something. It's just, no. And of course, we got Dum Dum here. Oh, there's only one space left. The Vatican's a big place.
Filled, it will be the end of the world. He predicted the time it took to go from the first pope that he wrote about to the halfway mark.
No, he didn't.
422 years.
Nostradamus, yeah. Oh, man. How does this dum-dum have so much money?
He's saying from the middle one to the end, another 422 years will be the end of the world. If you do 422 in the middle pope, which was 1,000.
Okay, you just pick a pope and add 400 years to it, then it's going to be about now. Wow.
585. That year is 2027. It's even weirder. Pope John the 23rd, he said that the end of the world would happen 2,000 years plus Christ's life. So that adds up.
What the hell's with the flashing light thing? Giving me epilepsy.
To 2027 as well. Terrifying, isn't it?
There is.
No, it's not terrifying. It's pretty dumb because these things have been going around for a long time, and they've all been totally wrong. And yeah, the Nostradamus stuff and everything. I've got 2 of his books. If you can make any sense out of that book, you let me know. Nobody can. And every time something happens, oh, it must be in one of these books, and then they fit it in somehow. It's a lot of nonsense. And ultimately, it's wrong. Like I said, it's supposed to be Peter the Roman, the last pope. And we have Leo the 14th. I don't know what to tell you, dum-dum. And no, I don't like Elon. He rips the country off a bunch of money, and that's all he cares about. And yeah. And then he talks about dumb stuff like this. Nobody predicted the popes, none of that stuff. No, it's not true. And it's not a prophecy. It's not the end of the world. It's not even the right name. If they were, if there was this grand conspiracy amongst the religious people to bring about the end of the world, they could have just told him hey, your name needs to be Peter and you need to be from Rome. So they picked a guy from Chicago. That's how little they care about your dumb prophecies. And that means gone from the list. All right. I really don't like this guy, and I try not to cover any of his stuff, but he's just got so many freaking videos. So we'll do one of them. And I don't think I'm going to do any more.
There is 4.6 billion creator God theists in the world.
Maybe.
So clearly atheists are not effective at changing someone to become an atheist.
Not trying to. I don't know anybody that goes door to door telling people to be an atheist. And I will point out, I know what your religion is. Christianity is a minority. So you haven't convinced the world that your religion is right.
Which means they're stupid.
It means you're stupid. And I was just talking, people were just telling me earlier that I'm pretty chill and everything, but I gotta tell you, I don't have tolerance for some of these folks. The reason I don't usually cover this clown's videos is because this is all he does. He gets on there and he says something obnoxious and he says, you're stupid. Well, first of all, atheism is not a thing. It's not a movement or anything like that. And yes, there are a lot of religious people out there. And there's a lot of religions. And Christianity, if you include Catholicism, is like 2.5 billion. 8 billion people. So you have failed to convince everybody. So has all the other religions. Any of them that are pursuing, like you and Islam and the others that want to have everybody come to your religion, have failed. You're a minority. So you're a minority. Atheists are a minority. All religions are a minority. Everybody's a minority. Are you happy? Doesn't mean anything.
And the reason they're stupid is because people desire to continue to live. People desire to continue to live, to see friends and family and pets, and to do things that please them.
I'm stupid because I want to visit my family, my friends, and my pets. See, this guy's a fryhead. I mean, literally, they ought to put a net over him and get him off the street. The heck are you talking about? And he makes a ton of these things. I don't know how many he's got. This has got almost 1,000 views. Are you kidding me? He puts these out like in batches too. He gets something up his rear end and he puts out like 50 videos. They're all these shorts like this. And he's just saying a bunch of dumb stuff and calling us stupid. It's like, so yeah. I don't usually cover them, but just so everybody knows that we covered it.
They can't do that if they believe in your way, atheists. It's either my way or the motherfucking highway, bitch.
Yeah. All right. Well, here you go. I mean, obnoxious jerk, right? Oh, I want to join your religion. I want to hang out with you. I want to go to your church. I want to spend eternity with you. No, I don't. No desire to whatsoever. You think Elon was going to give away his money? He won't even give his kids money. Elon's, he's another terrible person. Tux is here to give us the good news of atheist. Yeah. Nobody knocking on my door, and nobody, I don't get any atheist newspapers in the mail either, but I get these Christian ones that say that, the second coming and end times. Oh, scare everybody. Nothing with any atheist stuff in it, though. I am going to read that paper too. Maybe next week I'll open up that paper. Oh, the Bible Belt. Yeah, Ed was talking about the P Hub, where you can see the adult entertainment. And places like that, they release the numbers every year. And the Bible Belt's the one that's watching all the gay and trans porn and everything. And shut up. Just shut up. Oh, this and that about gay people and trans people. Hold on, I gotta go put some of that shit on so I can get all happy and pull one off. Just shut up. You're not fooling anybody. Anyway, Mr. Jerk here. I guess I'm in a mood today. I'm supposed to be nice, and here I am calling people names. Sorry. But this guy's a jerk, and he disturbs me that he's walking the streets. And I probably won't cover him again, but he's got so, I'm looking through and he'll have 10 shorts posted or something. It's like, dang, man, I'm trying to look for stuff. Oh, man, I don't know if, nope, not going to do it. Not even going to look at that one. Not even going to look at that one. We'll skip down here a little bit. somebody here that I'm not familiar with.
The Bible is the most reliable book in the history of the world.
How so?
And I know that's a big statement. We can.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense because you didn't say how. You just said, oh, it's the most, biggest, bestest ever.
Spent a lot of time diving into why I would say that, but picture one book written over 1,500 years by over 40 authors and three.
Well, the other guy said it's not one book. We already watched that video. He said it's a collection of the 60 or 66 or 73 or however. You got different numbers of books depending if you're Catholic or not and Orthodox or not. But anyway, 60 books we'll call it. Different authors, different continents, and different languages. Yeah. So what? You have an Old Testament and a New Testament. That's going to span a period of time.
3 different languages with one consistent story.
No, there isn't one consistent story. You read the Bible, you're reading the Bible, and it goes off on this tangent, and then things just disappear. And what happened to this person? What happened to the disciples? What happened to who? No. It's a terrible read.
That the more it has been scrutinized, the more it has been shown to be true.
No, the more it's scrutinized, the more we find out, like a lot of the books that were once attributed to Paul, Paul didn't actually write. That's what comes out.
And even the earliest manuscripts we have consistently shown the most minor of differences.
No, first of all, some of those early manuscripts are little fragment things, and you don't know what you're talking about.
Between those manuscripts.
No.
We base our knowledge of history on documents that are far less reliable.
No. History documents all go through the same scrutiny, okay? Now, the Bible mentions some places, and some of these places still exist. So, okay, good for you. You wrote down some names of some cities. Then they were so historically reliable, they mentioned things like Pharaoh. Which one? Got a name to go with that? No. You couldn't even name them. And then you have a lot of inconsistencies as to who wrote what books. I just mentioned earlier, Moses was attributed to writing the first 5 books of the Bible, 4 or 5 books of the Bible, 5 books of Moses. Yeah. No, it doesn't seem that he did. And then Genesis seemed to be penned during the Babylonian exile. It wasn't even written as the first book of the Bible. So the Bible didn't even have a first book. I think the oldest book is like Job or something. So no, it's just, and not to mention all the books that are all the stories, however you want to word it, scrolls that were not included in the Bible. You've got plenty of those too. So it was ones that people repeated a lot, popular stories, popular with the church and the fathers and all that. Those are the ones. It has nothing to do with reliability or historicity or any of that. No, it doesn't.
Than that, the Bible is absolutely worthy of the trust of our lives in a way no other book in the world is.
Man, you're just like brainwashed, dude. Somebody told you something and you're repeating it. That's it. Good for you. Big no. The Bible is the most reliable book in history. No idea what that means, and no, it isn't. Let's see. Creation, no. Genesis, no. Flood, no. Exodus, no. A bunch of the people named in the Old Testament don't even seem they existed, no. So you've got a few towns, a few rulers named, and some of those were wrong and misdated as well. Pharaoh is not even named. what's reliable in there. Make another video and tell me. I gotta have something that's a little more funny. These are just bumming me out. Looking. Oh, this ought to be funny.
I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Candace Owens, who managed to lose a gravy job with the Daily Wire because she couldn't get along with Little Ben Sparrow. That ranks right up there with all the other idiots that lost an easy gig.
Yeah, I'm glad we got an answer. She's wearing the cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
Yeah, so kind of a cultural thing. There's a lot of crosses. You know, Ozzy, you know, they all had crosses.
We're seeing a resurgence of seeing crosses in jewelry. Some say it makes me feel good. Some say it's connected.
How come you're not wearing one? Where's the resurgence? It's because Brian here just, you better recognize, that's what Brian says.
To my faith, it can mean anything to anyone. If it can mean anything to anyone, then in essence, it really means nothing.
The word.
First of all, you guys are weird. You're putting a torture device around your neck. I mean, isn't it kind of weird? And then, yeah, most of the people that wear them, well, a lot of the people, I don't know what the number is. People wear them for different reasons, let me say. People wear them for religious reasons, and people wear them just because they like the necklace.
Words have no meaning, right? I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay, well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
So what? So did a lot of people. Don't you think it's a little bit creepy to wear that around your neck? No, because your brain no functioned, Candace. Remember, this is the person that denies the moon landings and everything else. No worky up here.
You think that. The cross is not just a fashion statement or some personalized symbol. The point of the cross is that Christ died for our sins, for your sins, for my sins.
No, he died because of sedition. He was a troublemaker, and they got rid of him like they got rid of a lot of troublemakers. And you make it out to be some wonderful thing that he did.
It's a sacrifice that he paid in our place, and that is the
For what? For your silly religion? Don't forget, this is Answers in Genesis with the Yabba Dabba Doo people.
true meaning of the cross.
It's permitted in our secular culture for that reason, because it doesn't really mean anything at all. If it were to mean...
Yeah, now, I'm going to go with the not mean anything at all idea. Like Answers in Genesis tries to pull when they say everything's a religion, and they make religion out to mean absolutely nothing. And was it Tony earlier with the woke? Everything's woke. Then it means absolutely nothing anymore. So, okay, we'll throw it back at you, Answers in Genesis. If everything is a religion, then, yeah, nothing means anything. And that includes your yabba dabba do nonsense. It means absolutely nothing.
Truly what it means, then it would not be permitted, because the gospel itself is very offensive to a culture that has a self-truth, this postmodern...
Yeah, I see your sign there. Bigots.
Your truth, my truth. Use this as an opportunity for evangelism. See someone with a cross necklace, use that and ask them, hey, why are you wearing that cross necklace?
Hey, why don't you mind your own business and quit bothering people with your yabba dabba do nonsense. Rocket Rob. Is the cross cute? Sure. You're using Candace Owens as what did I say? Yeah, see, there you go. That was my comment on it. It can mean anything to anyone, and so in essence, it means nothing. That's correct. It means nothing. What they say on there. To you, it is a lowercase t because you aren't saved. Yeah, what are you going to say? I mean, it's a bunch of nonsense. And I find it disturbing. You'll see jokes every once in a while. What if it had been a guillotine, would they all have that around their neck? Right? It's rather disturbing. And what's the other one? Jesus comes back and sees the crosses everywhere, and he goes, "What part of my story makes you think I like crosses?" And yet they glorify this torture device. It's like, y'all are weird. And holding up Candace Owens as your voice of authority or something, yeah, that was a bad choice. Of course, the brain-powered AIG collectively probably about the same as Candace Owens. So I guess I'll let you slide on that. You don't know any better. Why would you know any better? We need something else that's Sean McDowell. Cheer me up, Sean.
Why am I not an atheist? To be honest with you,
Probably because your daddy was a pastor, and if you tried to be anything but, you probably got smacked around or something. In Minecraft. Dave is so bad he made Jesus kill himself. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. We're just so awful. Oh, we're so awful. And Jesus had to die for me because we're so awful. Didn't Jesus make us that way? Isn't Jesus God? And on and blah, blah, blah. But Jesus made us that way, but then he had to do himself in because of the way he made us. But he didn't really, because he came back a day and a half later. And there's still sin. So... And that's why I don't do debates, because I'm just like, this stuff is just, it just hurts my head trying to figure out this, how you're trying to rationalize this nonsense. Jackie says, I was raised Baptist. Jesus didn't die for our sins. No lamb, no animal or human sacrifice. Not about the blood. But it was a Septuagint Bible, so it was Greek. Yeah, that's a Septuagint. Septuagint. I know how to say it. Yeah, if Jesus would have been impaled. Yeah. How about a hammer? Wait a minute. How about a necklace with a hammer and 3 nails? Yeah. It's disturbing, Oh, look at this great cross. And of course, if you see a lot of the Catholic crosses, they have the Jesus on there all messed up and looking really fine for the kids to get a good eyeful. Freak them out. So, Sean, all right, Sean, you got to bring us around, Sean. Why are you not an atheist?
why am I not an atheist?
That's what I just asked, Sean.
To be honest with you, the answer is actually kind of simple. Because I don't think that atheism is true.
Gee whiz, man. You know, you'd think that Sean would be a little smarter, but he's not. He's not. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you with his nice attitude and his friendly demeanor and no. You don't have to have faith to be an atheist, Sean. You're telling me nonsense stories and I don't believe you. Pay attention.
If I thought atheism were true, I would feel compelled to be an atheist.
You don't know what an atheist is, Sean. I'm pretty sure that was my comment. Leave a comment on this one. I know I told him. One of his videos, I told him, you don't know what an atheist is. None of them do. Or they do, and they're intentionally misrepresenting. But I try to give the benefit of the doubt that they're not lying, that they're just not very bright. An atheist doesn't believe you, Sean.
But to me, any adequate worldview has to explain.
Why are you showing the video on your shirt, Sean?
Certain features of reality, such as where did the universe come from? And the atheist's answer to me is totally inadequate. Either it says the universe came from nothing, which is metaphysically absurd.
Here we go. An atheist doesn't believe in God, Sean. Quit adding stuff to it, Sean. You're ticking me off just like everybody else that does this, Sean. I don't care how many books and speaking engagements you've done. You're no better than one of these people that's done 5 YouTube videos with your terrible arguments.
Or that the universe has always been here, which violates modern Big Bang cosmology and has.
No, don't try to talk about cosmology either, because you obviously don't know anything about that. There's a beginning of space-time, but the universe and all that it is could have been eternal before that, and then it just expanded. There's a lot of ideas about it, but don't use the from nothing thing.
Has philosophical troubles. Atheism can't explain why the universe is fine-tuned.
Atheists do not believe in God, Sean, so you're proving yourself to be just another dum-dum. That's it. And I'm trying to be as nice as possible, really. You're a dum-dum. Come on, look it up. It's not hard. You look it up. The definition says atheist doesn't believe in God. That's it. Easy to remember. Not a lot of words. Not a lot of definitions.
Can't explain the origin of consciousness, origin of life, free will, or morality.
Don't have to answer any of those things, Sean. You say whatever your claim is. I say, I don't believe you. Now then you're going to say, oh, well, you're atheist? Well, then tell me where the universe came from. Why do I have to do that? Do I look like a frickin' cosmologist? Do I have a hat on that says cosmologist on it or something? Sean, tell me where the universe came from. God did it. All right. Well, you don't have an answer either.
I'm a theist because I think it offers better explanations.
No, you don't have any explanations at all. God did it is not an explanation. It has 0 explanatory powers. None.
For the big questions of life. I hope nobody feels like I'm attacking you.
Why are you showing the video right through your shirt and your face and everything?
I'm just simply sharing why I believe in God and why
I don't feel attacked. What I feel is a frustration. Because you dum-dums keep saying the same things instead of spending a matter of seconds to look up what atheist means and quit misrepresenting it. I'm frustrated. I don't feel attacked. I mean, I consider the source. You obviously aren't bright enough to look up what a word means that has a very simple and concise definition. And instead, you've spent years misrepresenting it. Years. This is not a simple mistake. This is something you do.
I'm not an atheist. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I just did. I think you're you're a dum-dum. I don't know. I don't want to get into name calling. I really don't. But, I mean, what are you going to say? Dave has starry chin hair. Chin hair. Oh, my. Yeah, this is Sean McDowell, whose father, what's his father's name? John or something. Anyway, McDowell Sr. He should at least have better arguments by now. Second generation, and he comes out with this nonsense about, oh, you're an atheist? Where'd the universe come from? Cripes. Embarrassing. Atheist gamer, what's up? Atheists don't have to be physicists. Yeah, atheists don't have to be nothing. I don't have to be a biologist, a cosmologist, a physicist, a chemist. And guess what? I'm not any of those things. I worked as a technician for many years. And before that, I was a mechanic for many years. Want to ask me how to fix something, I can help you out. You want to ask me where the universe and everything come from? I don't know. There's leading ideas. I try to keep up on stuff. And, you know, I can cite what Penrose says and Stephen Hawking said and all that kind of stuff. But nobody really knows. Nothing's solid enough to be adopted. The Big Bang's pretty solid, but there's still a lot of things they don't know. And I get really sick of hearing that too. I'm really tired of hearing it. If you haven't noticed, I repeat a lot that atheists do not believe in God. Stop. Stop right there. If you say anything else, dumb might come out of my mouth. Not trying to make it personal, but dang, with people like Sean, somebody just made a YouTube video. Maybe they never got corrected. Maybe they don't know any better. You got to give folks the benefit of the doubt. I try to. Sean here writes books, gives speeches, and in his second generation, his father did it too. And he's putting out this crap of an argument. So, no. Gloves come off, Sean. He's got another one with the atheist thing too, and I might come across that one in my list. That's another one. He's trying to play an atheist, but he doesn't even know what an atheist is. Or again, they're intentionally misleading people. And speaking of, what's Calvin? Oh, wait a minute, I've got a couple. Wait, before I hit Calvin. Atheists do not exist. I always love these.
Ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth. And
oh no.
No.
His argument is Romans. Yeah, good for you. You're not going to convince me with that one. If there's anything that makes me laugh more than the Magic Zoo boat, it's Romans.
in the sky. Through everything God made, they can clearly see his invisible qualities.
There it is. I can clearly see his invisible qualities. Dumbest thing I've ever read. I don't care how you try to argue it. Once again, Romans. You know what I think about Romans? And anybody that cites Romans, which almost everybody does way too much, is this.
No.
That's all you're going to get. All right. We'll see what Calvin has to say now. Why atheism is foolish. You better not use Romans.
Classical atheists declare there is no God.
Classical atheist. What the freak are you talking about, Calvin? An atheist doesn't believe in God. Stop messing with the words.
So they must have an alternative way to explain existence without a supernatural.
No, I don't have to explain jack. Just told you in the, just said so in the last video. Pay attention, Calvin. I don't believe you. That's it. You say something about some supernatural thing, and I say, I don't believe you. That's it. Now, if you're going to then ask another question and say, well, where do you think the universe came from? But you can't say, oh, you don't believe in God, so you have to tell me where the universe came from. That's not how it works.
Natural creator. And the only option for them is some form of evolution.
What? The universe didn't come here from evolution.
No matter what you call it, Darwinian evolution, neo-Darwinian evolution, chaos theory, punctuated equilibrium, etc., it's the concept that everything came about through naturalistic processes.
Yeah. That's how it came about.
And that is the foolishness the psalmist speaks about. Atheos, no God. Atheists, many claiming that they're open-minded, rational, or logical, live inside a mental paradigm called naturalism.
No, naturalism is demonstrable, okay? That's it. I'm open to all kinds of far-out things if you can demonstrate them. And I've investigated lots of them. I'm a searcher. I'd like to find these things. But Calvin, of course, works for Answers in Genesis with their magic zoo boat. You believe in nonsense. You deny almost every field of science. So, of course, you don't like naturalism because has to do a lot with science.
And they don't think outside that box, so to speak.
What box am I supposed to think outside of? That has to do with certain questions about the natural world, right? In the day-to-day goings-ons of everybody's lives, we don't really think about these things. You don't, and I don't.
So, all thinking atheists must believe in evolution.
And here's something else, Answers in Atheism. When you're making a short and you're doing it in vertical, you're cutting off most of your screen, and it doesn't make any sense.
That is their main folly.
That's all you got?
Dwindling.
Stop.
Classical atheists declare there is no...
Man, that's annoying. Quit moving the button so fast. All right, Calvin. Yeah, Calvin, he doesn't know what an atheist is. Of course, everybody at AIG is dishonest, or they're seriously not that bright, I guess. I don't know. Again, an atheist doesn't believe in God. An atheist doesn't have to explain anything else to you. And as far as science goes, there's no point talking science with anybody from AIG. You creationists deny every field of science. Good for you. You're wrong. Get that Calvin face off of there. Oh, man. Oh, is this my buddy Cliff? Mike was just asking about him earlier.
Because if atheism is true...
Oh, yeah, this is Cliff. Okay, Mike, I don't know if you're watching, if you're listening. This one's for you. Here's Cliff. This is why we don't like Cliff.
Because if atheism is true, then life is absurd.
The heck you talking about, Cliff?
It's meaningless. And that's what Camus and Sartre and Nietzsche point out very clearly. Sartre begins his novel L'étranger, The Stranger, with the words of a young teenage boy who says, "Yesterday mother died. Or was it today? Who cares when mom dies? Death simply ends the absurdity that birth began."
So who cares about this nonsense philosophy, Cliff? My life has whatever meaning I give it, same as you. Your life's meaning seems to be a fucking hair on my face or something. It's tickling me. Yeah, your life seems to be all about annoying people in public.
Jesus Christ says no. Life is not absurd, it's not meaningless. It has a purpose. and God gave you this gift of life for the purpose of loving and worshiping God.
Ah, there you go. What an idiotic thing. God made us so that we can worship him day and night for all eternity. What a petty being. Seriously. Worship me. Sounds like Trump. Worship me. Somebody tell me thank you. Nobody told me thank you. There you go. That's Cliff for you. He's out annoying people in public with his terrible arguments, saying, oh, if you're an atheist, your life is meaningless. Hey, right here, Cliff, all right? Hopefully I've not annoyed as many people as you have. And if that's your life's goal, you and your boy, because they do that father-son really weird thing, hang out with each other way too much. I don't know. Kind of weird. It goes for both of you. Annoying people in public. That's what you do. That's what gives your life meaningless. Or meaning. And I was trying to read. Okay, I left a message. If you want to worship the boogeyman for all eternity, after you pass, have at it, Cliff. I do not care to spend an eternity with you. Yep. See, that's how I pretty much feel about Cliff. Don't you want to spend eternity with me? No. Absolutely not. Nope. It's kind of warm in here. Gotta give me 1 second. Let me put on a thing here. Put this on for a second.
Just sit right back and you'll hear the tale of a righteous float that started out in ancient times upon a magic zoo boat. The rain began to pour like mad. God's judgment didn't stall. If not for Noah's floating crate, there'd be no life at all. No life at all. No life at all. If Noah and his ancient beard, his wife just rolled her eyes. They boarded raptors, stegosaurs too, all trained to sit and stay. 2 T-Rexes in bunk bed stalls, what could go wrong, we say? 3 sons with wives who taught the dinos how to harmonize. Who taught the dinos how to harmonize? There's gators, frogs, and woolly mammoths, zebras sharing beds, triceratops and kangaroos stacked 10 high on their heads. The ark was built with cubic math and doors that sealed with prayer. You ask about sanitation, don't go there. Just don't go there. Just don't go there. So come aboard this sacred ship where science hits a wall. With creatures from all continents, pre-flood we had them all. The timeline's tight, the logic light, the rain began to float. And now you're on a bumpy ride aboard the magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. Unicorns dashed to catch the ark, but tripped on fairy tales. They stopped to charm the woodland elves and slipped through magic veils. Their horns aglow, they missed the boat, no place for their parade. Now stuck in myths and bedtime dreams where fantasy should stay. Where fantasy should stay. But what about old Sasquatch? Did Bigfoot make the trip? Was he too hairy, tall, or shy to board that wooden ship? He maybe hid behind the trees or snuck in with the apes, or rode the flood out on a log. Or rode the flood out on a log. Don't fall for tales of magic boats or creatures 2 by 2. Get smart, ask questions, that's the best thing you can do. Education shines the light that clears the myths away. So keep your mind wide open and learn what's true today. Learn what's true today. Learn what's true today. Hey, There was Skipper Noah at the wheel, and Wife Supreme with nerves of steel. 3 sons with zeros sailing flare, their wives who brought salon gray hair. 2 rhinos juggling on the deck, and Bigfoot hiding near the wreck. Here on the Magic Zoo Boat, here on the Magic Zoo Boat, here on the Magic Zoo Boat.
Oh, that's better. Sorry if the fan's in the background a little bit. It was getting a little warm. I shut the door to be quiet, but cuts the airflow off. And yeah, check the thing. Yeah, no wonder. It was 11 o'clock at night and it's 84 degrees still. Yeah, that's probably explained. Weather's supposed to change after tomorrow, though. I'm looking forward to it. I was just saying today, you know, it's been a real bummer. It's so hot you can't go outside to do anything. And it was a good time for a break. Got me a new pop and everything. All right. Oh, that feels good. Fresh air. It was making me a little, I was like, man, I feel a little funny. I felt it was hot. All right. Magic Zoo Boat. Yeah, we do love the Magic Zoo Boat. Hope you like the Magic Zoo Boat. It won't be the last time I play it either. And where was I at now? Oh yeah, we was talking about Cliff. Cliff, yeah, Cliff, your meaning, your life's meaning. Put out of your mouth, Dave. Your life's meaning is annoying people. And Mike from Answers in Atheism was, oh, you know who this is? Asking her. I said, oh yeah, I know who it is. So that's for you, Mike. I said, I think I've got a Cliff video. And I did. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I don't know. Trying to see. Trying to find something a little fun here, because man, the first few videos kind of bummed me out. Oh, there's some good ones down here somewhere. All right, here we go. Got some good ones. Proof God is real. Sounds good to me. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Bring. That's right, I saved this one for a reason. There you go, folks. God on a turtle shell. Yeah. Bigger screen. God on a turtle shell. There you go. Proof of God. Okay. Won't be the last time I play that one either. Oh, let's see. What I'm up to. Like 120 of these things. Yeah, see, I got to get through these things. I got too many of them. Okay, I don't like this guy either, so we might as well do him next.
An atheist will come and attack a Christian with this common question. Believe that your God is all love and all powerful. Our reply will be yes, because that's the truth.
No, it isn't. God is awful. Awful.
Our God is all love and all powerful. Then how come this God of yours, who is all love and all powerful, allowing for evil to infiltrate and expand so rapidly on a global level?
Because God likes evil and God creates it.
Where is his all power? Where is his all...
He seems to be a real jerk, and he makes bad things happen to good people and all kinds of people for no real reason other than to be a jerk. And that's clearly in the Bible. Where you're getting God is good from, I don't know.
All love to come and save and put an end to this evilness.
Yeah.
So
how about that? When you've got the power to put an end to it all and you don't do it. But you can do it because you have heaven, where none of these things exist. It's all happy-go-lucky in heaven. So, why? It has to be because God is cruel.
Ask you, my dear friend, when you assume there is evil, aren't you also assuming there is good? Because if they say there is no good, then I'll ask them, how did...
Now, we determine that which does the least harm is good, and that which you do intentionally to harm people is bad. So where things fall in that is the gradient. Back to the Bible, God creates good and God creates evil.
Did you know this is evil if you hadn't seen good? How do you know?
I know that God creates good things and then gives us evil things because it's a jerk. Read your Bible.
It is dark if you hadn't seen the light. How do you know it's night?
God creates the dark and the light.
If you've never seen the day, aren't you also assuming there is a moral law? Because if...
No, not from the Bible. If you're getting your morals from the Bible, you'd be in jail, and for good reason.
If there is no moral law, how did you know this was good and this was evil? They will say...
I just told you. If it seemed to not harm somebody as much as possible, that's as good as you can do. Anything else is a bonus. You know, if you can give them food, shelter, medicine, those are all bonuses. But if you at least do not harm them, that is good. If you go out of your way to harm somebody, especially somebody that already doesn't have a home, a food, or medicine, that is truly evil. And that goes on in the world today.
Yes. So since you're assuming there is a moral law, aren't you also assuming there is a moral lawgiver?
Yeah, and here we go. It's a watchmaker argument to anybody. First of all, I'm not assuming a moral law. As a species, we pretty much agree on some of the major points, like don't harm each other, don't steal from each other, stuff like that. All the rest of it is by culture, by society, and many of those things have changed over time, and that includes religious folks who have changed their morals on a lot of things over time. So we're all in agreement. Let it go. And you don't know what an atheist is. And what did I miss about God? I didn't miss anything about God. My understanding reading the Bible is that God is awful. God is petty. God is vengeful. God played a cruel joke on Job, who was a righteous person. That they'll often say nobody was righteous in the Bible, but Jesus or something like that. Job was. It says so. He's a righteous man. And for that, God played a cruel joke on him. No. Nope. No love, no good, no just, none of that. And as far as morals go, even if God said anything good, he's turned around and said the opposite. Bible says, do not harm others. And then it says, go ahead and harm that other city, town, whatever, next door, country. Utterly destroy it, leave none remaining. So where is it at? Depending on what day of the week it is, depending on the whim of Yahweh, it's nonsense. Was it John said, are you cherry picking the Bible, Dave? Not any worse than any believer would ever do. You seriously have to put the blinders on to think that is a good book. The ones that say they want it taught to children and that, I don't think you've read it either. I wouldn't read any of those stories to my kid to give him nightmares.
Which is God whom you are.
And this guy does a lot of videos. I forget his name, but I think I've covered him before. I'll probably cover him again. But as for right now, you're removed from the list. I got a deconverted man video in there. Should probably play that. Let's see, something else about atheists. What do we got here? That one's too long. I'm not doing any long ones tonight. I had enough of long stuff after Saturday. Nothing long. No thank you. Need a little break. I had square eyeballs after Saturday. We did have a good discussion, though. We had Deconverted Man on, was joined us for a while, and then we had Atheist that came on and joined us for Saturday. So it was a good discussion. And of course, Simos hung out with me late. And I always like hanging out with Simos. But we're not going to do that all the time, I promise. Both of us were like, "Oof, that was a long one." Sometimes you have to see a video through to the end, though. Just got to do it. Creation Ministries. Oh, yeah, here we go. This ought to be terrible.
According to the Bible, the earth is only around 6,000 years old.
What's the evidence for a 6,000-year-old earth? According to the Bible, the earth is 6,000 years old. Well, no. Covered this, I think, yesterday in a member stream. Doesn't say the earth is 6,000 years old. It's not what those lineages are in there for. You believers should know that more than anybody.
Is there any evidence to support that?
Indeed there is.
No, there isn't. None whatsoever.
Population of the world today is about 8 billion people.
Yeah.
Do you know if you start with 6 people, Shem, Ham and Japheth, Noah's 3 sons and their 3 wives, and let that population grow at the rate of about 0.5%, which is very conservative, for 4,500 years, that's how long ago the flood was, we get 8 billion.
Yeah, really? Well, first of all, that math's a bunch of nonsense. Second of all, has nothing to do with how population growth charts are kept, and it leaves out a horrendous childbirth death rate that persisted until very recently. And of course, there was no magic zoo boat. We did not come from 3 people 4,000 years ago, and it makes absolutely no sense, because right after the supposed Noah flood, you have civilizations that are going to war against each other. Where'd they come from? Oh, I know, super duper evolution, and I guess those poor 3 women were just popping them out every day or something. Super reproduction. No, it's nonsense numbers, and there's no that doesn't support anything. You're just making up some numbers to fit. And I've done the math. I've seen where your math comes from and all that. And no, it's not any good.
So the Bible's record of history is exactly consistent with the population of the world.
No, it isn't. Nowhere in the Bible does it say there's going to be 8 billion people this year. This is why CMI is terrible. Terrible. What do they got? 177,000 subscribers. Just a crying shame. 70,000 views on this video? Are you kidding me? I hope everybody was laughing at it. Anybody take this seriously? Oh, okay, I got some. You forget the population growth rate isn't constant. Thank you. How can anyone argue with such solid evidence? Okay, good. Good. They're not swallowing it. All right. There's hope for the world after all, folks. Thanks for everybody that dropped those awesome comments.
We find soft tissue in dinosaur bones.
Oh no, soft tissue, dinosaur bones. Oh my goodness. Making my head hurt. I think the heat got to me a little bit. I need to cool off. Give me a little headache. Okay, soft tissue and dinosaur bones. Mary Schweitzer has stated Nothing that she finds inside the fossil changes the age of the fossil. Dinosaurs are older than 66 million years.
Bones showing that they cannot be millions of years old.
No, you are fibbing. You are dishonest. You are misrepresenting the research. Don't do that.
Including the presence of carbon-14 in dinosaur bones.
If there's any carbon-14 in the dinosaur bone, then I don't know what to say. First of all, there's no dinosaur bones. They're fossils. And to have carbon-14, you need, the word's escaping me. I think the heat got to me. You have to have organic. You have to have organic material to carbon-14 date something. There's no carbon-14 in a fossil. I have to get Potholer 54, usually pretty even keel kind of guy. One of the times I've heard him raise his voice is when he says, "There's no organic material in a fossil." So you're being dishonest. You cannot get carbon-14 from organic material, which you need to have carbon-14 testing done on something that doesn't have any organic material left because it's fossilized. And that includes the soft tissue they find, because that's a term. Doesn't mean it's meat on the bone. Soft tissue means anything that's not bone. And sometimes they do find fossilized organs with stomach content and stuff like this, and that is soft tissue. They're being dishonest, they're fibbing, or they're dum-dums. Take your pick. Are you lying, or are you that ignorant?
Once again, consistent with an age of only a few thousand years.
No, because you haven't given age of how long these materials would last in a fossil in a dry environment. You're just saying it can't last that long. Well, first of all, we have old DNA. We have DNA from woolly mammoths. Supposedly by the creationists, the woolly mammoths and the dinosaurs were all on the ark together. There's no DNA from a dinosaur. There's DNA from a mammoth. So you're full of crap. Now, right, Deconverted Man? Hey, I just talked about you, Deconverted Man. Hey, since you're in here, I'm going to play your video, because I just saw it, and I'm done with this one. Creation Ministries International, CMI. I've covered some of their videos before. They're a dishonest creationist organization, and they're showing it once again by giving a bunch of disinformation that is completely dishonest. And from Mary Schweitzer herself, who is a Christian, she says, shame on you. All right? And for everybody that's been watching these videos and accusing us of all these things, I got Deconverted Man's video in here. So let's give it a listen. And this will answer a lot of these questions. I identify as an atheist because, to date, theistic arguments haven't provided compelling evidence for their claims. When it comes to understanding the world, I lean on naturalism and materialism, not because of ideology, but because they've consistently delivered reliable, demonstrable explanations for natural phenomena. History shows a clear pattern. What was once largely attributed to the supernatural has, over time, been explained through natural causes as our knowledge has advanced. The God of the Gaps approach keeps shrinking, and given that trend, it seems reasonable to expect that naturalistic explanations will continue to fill in the gaps about our understanding of the natural world. There you go. And this is a list of many other people saying the same thing that Deconverted Man gathered together. So every time they're adding all this stuff and they're saying, oh, you just ascribe to naturalism And it's like, well, so do you. And so do all of us in every day. And especially in a modern society where we have so many things that are given to us by science. Okay. All this technology, all these modern conveniences, all the food at the store, all the water out of your tap. Thank you. Science, naturalism, materialism. Deconverted Man wasn't really sure if we were all leaning that way, but we are. We're leaning that way. So that's the answer to all those questions.
Oh, a while back I had reached out to atheists to ask if we believe the universe came from nothing, and the response was no. Everybody said no, and that was pretty cool. So this time around I wanted to ask if atheists are materialists or naturalists, because sometimes apologetics accuse atheists of all being naturalists or materialists, and that might not necessarily be the case. And so my hypothesis was, if I ask my limited group of people, that surely nobody, oh look, everybody said they're a naturalist, materialist, every single one of them,
So that's why, okay, because it delivers results. Your religious ideas, while they may be comforting for some people, they don't produce anything for society. So we like naturalism, materialism, based in what science is based in, because it consistently provides us with something. Theism at best offers some comfort, maybe when you're sick and maybe when you're dying. That's about it. Hey, Jester, how you doing? It's not even a half decent or tolerably redactable fantasy novel. It's okay for its time, but absolute compared to a set of randomly picked fan stories published online. That's pretty much, yeah, we're in agreement. It's pretty much what I said. And Deconverted Man's always on it. He goes out and he asks people. And, that's what I like about Deconverted Man. And hello, Ember. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And make sure you visit the description. We got Ember's GoFundMe down there. If you got it like that, please consider helping out Ember with some medical bills. We appreciate it. And don't forget, also in the description, while I'm looking, I'll be on Skeptic Haven this Sunday, so I hope everybody can stop by Sunday. And if there's any theists out there with your pressing questions, here's your chance. You can call in and ask myself or Neil the Atheist, the 604 Atheist. And I always keep that handy, as well as the other one. I've got the other one somewhere too. Those are great, great reference videos that I use, and I appreciate Deconverted Man putting them together and get everybody's inputs on them. And here's a good pressing question from another one of my people I don't like.
But what would you say to people who say that a simple, clear reading of Genesis 1 and 2 is very straightforward, and you don't get all the skeptical science involved? It's a young earth, literal 24-hour days.
You don't get all that skeptical science involved. You mean, yeah, if you just read it about 6 days and all the magic and everything. Yeah. No, I don't even think that's true. A lot of the theologians weren't taking that all literal either. So, no. It's a young earth and 6 24-hour days. Is that what he's saying? Nope.
I think that is one way to interpret Genesis 1. They could be right from a look at Genesis 1, but I don't think it's the only way. Here's why. What does the first verse of the Bible say? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, there was no Hebrew word for universe, so heavens and earth meant the universe. What's the second verse?
Where are you going with this, Frank?
It's a young earth, literal 24-hour days.
I think that is one way to interpret Genesis 1.
That was the question. A straightforward reading of it. Does it give you this? And you're saying that's one interpretation. Well, Frank, that's a problem, isn't it? And of course, Frank's so wishy-washy. You can't pin him down, young earth, old earth, or where he's at or anything, because he wants to sell everybody books. So he's going to ride the fence on anything.
They could be right from a look at Genesis 1.
No, they're not right. They're absolutely wrong. No 6 days. No. 13.8 billion years.
But I don't think it's the only way. Here's why. What does the first verse of the Bible say? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, there was no Hebrew word for universe, so heavens and earth meant the universe. What's the second verse? And the earth was formless and void, right? So,
but there was an earth, which is wrong.
So the first verse talks about the entire universe being created, and then the second verse zeroes in on earth. If you want to take a hyper-literal view of Genesis 1, the heavens and the earth, the universe is created before the days ever begin. What's happened between verse 1 and verse 2? It doesn't even say. You could also interpret it by saying, look, the heavens and the earth are created before the days ever begin.
He knows a lot about the science stuff.
Sorry about that.
But what would you say to people who say that a simple, clear reading of Genesis 1 and 2 is very straightforward, and you don't get all the skeptical science involved? It's a young earth, literal 24-hour days.
Okay, yeah. He's trying to pin Frank down on a young earth, and Frank's not going to go there because Frank never does. Usually he jokes something about, I know my father's 80 years old or some nonsense like that. He totally dances around it, and he did it once again. You can't get a straight answer out of him, and it's for good reason, because he's a charlatan. Oops. And as far as Frank goes with saying, well, Genesis could be right. Remove that. No, it's not, Frank. You absolutely know it's not. It cannot be. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. It took about 1 billion years for life to form. And it took another to present day to get the life forms we have today, which is in about another 3 billion years. What else? Oh, yeah. That was Dinesh D'Souza talking to Alex O'Connor. Didn't even know the days of creation. Even though they're totally wrong, he didn't have a clue that the sun was created after the earth, which is totally wrong. And your formless and void wishy-washy thing, Frank, doesn't fly either. It still implies God was in a place where earth is, hovering over the waters, and it was formless and void, and he was playing with it. But it was there. That's wrong. No planets before the stars. And certainly not ours before the rest of the universe. So, no, Frank. But way to, skate right by it and duck and weave and... Let's see. I did a video on this one. We'll mention this one more time. This is another one that gets me.
I've heard it said that diamonds are a creationist's best friend.
Yeah, you heard that say that, yeah, from your own place, because you don't know what you're talking about. And please demonstrate why you know absolutely nothing about what you're trying to talk about.
Plain why?
That is a good one. We have an article on
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's your joke.
The website entitled just that. And
yeah, you've got a thing you wrote that's entitled just that, and that's why it's so funny.
The reason is that diamonds, which are believed to be billions of years old, couldn't possibly have any carbon-14 in them if...
What did I just tell you? Same thing with the carbon claim in the dinosaur fossils. There's no organic material. You cannot carbon date a diamond.
If that was true. Now, carbon-14 is a radioactively unstable form of carbon.
And you don't test diamonds with it.
Diamonds are the hardest known possible, so no impurities can get into or out of a diamond. So if the diamond's billions of years old, there can't be carbon-14 inside it.
There's no carbon-14 inside of it. Any carbon-14 is background or something contaminated in the test or something like that. Carbon-14 is used on what was organic. That's why it's used mainly on things like people and plants and other species of plants and animals and whatnot that were alive, have expired, have gone at least 100, 200 years for some decay to happen, which is another with like the Hawaiian shirt guy. Probably these CMI ones probably use it too. That if you date a freshly killed seal or something like that, the dates are all wrong. And yes, because there's no decay yet. But that a couple hundred years back to 50,000 with like an extended thing, they're going back 80,000, but a good 50,000 years is what you're doing for C14. And you're not using it on rocks. You're not using it on diamonds. You're not using it on fossils.
It would have decayed long since. Every sample of diamond tested to date has revealed significant quantities of carbon-14.
There's not significant quantities, there's traces. And this is something that happens in almost all C14 testing. There's, it's like background, it's accounted for. There's always a little bit of C14 around.
14, showing that the diamonds are not billions of years old.
Yes,
they
they
can
are.
only be thousands. And that's consistent with the Bible's record of history, but totally inconsistent with the evolutionary story.
Evolution has nothing to do with diamonds. You're just throwing that in there because you are dishonest. Terribly dishonest. And your joke was terrible too. Here's my response to anybody that says C14 is found in diamonds. Where do the herds of diamonds roam? Where do the flocks of diamonds fly? Where do the schools of diamonds swim? They don't, because they weren't alive. Terrible, terrible, terrible creationists with their disinformation. We got 839,000. Oh my gosh. Please, people, don't listen to anything CMI says. This is how dishonest they are. Check back with Hauser. Standard deviation. Hey, how you doing? Majestic Beck, hello. Yeah, this guy's dishonest. He is. I've covered some of his stuff and watched way more than I care to admit. And yeah, he is just. Everybody at CMI is so dishonest. They don't even try. They know nobody's going to check them or anything else. Really, really terrible creationist organization. And there's Ember. Ember knows there's a baseline you need to calibrate for, like a tear on a scale. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's always some C14. They don't know how the testing is done. They're being dishonest. And you like my Hawaiian shirt guy? Yeah, I really don't like saying his names. He gives me the creeps. I gotta go scrub, and it doesn't want to wash off. It doesn't want to wash off. there's a good point, Ryan. Diamonds are different colors because of impurities. Oh, that's a good one. I missed that. That is a good point. And that would go along with hardness does not equal permeability. Yeah, because diamonds are different colors. So, yep, all the way around, CMI. Bad, bad, bad. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Good to see you. As usual, we're looking at some terrible videos, and we just looked at one that claimed there's C14 in diamonds. No, there's not. And I have done a video on that. I made a bunch of diamonds going with galloping sounds, like where are the herds of diamonds, right? I hope people appreciated the humor. CMI, though, yeah, just terrible. And speaking of CMI, I got some more CMI, so we might as well hit them out of the park while we're at it. Here he goes again.
Mitch comments on TikTok, dinosaurs casually dying before the creation of the earth.
Well, once again, his...
Yeah, you get the joke, don't you? He's picking on you because, yeah, the dinosaurs died long before when you think the universe was created.
Belief system is evident, right? He's believing that.
He doesn't have a belief system. The evidence is in, you are wrong. The earth is not 6,000 years old. The universe is not 6,000 years old. Your yabba dabba doo nonsense is laughable. There are civilizations that are older than 6,000 years. We have trees that are older than 6,000 years. Your creationist stuff is nonsense. It's laughed at by all of academia, and for good reason.
That the dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, and probably not unreasonably, because that's what he's been taught.
No, that's the evidence. Dinosaurs are found in all these layers for hundreds of millions of years, however long it was, 150 million, so whatever. Ember will know. And then you don't find no more dinosaurs. And that matches up with an event that happened 66 million years ago. That's the evidence. You do not have any.
And that's all we see on the TV documentaries, right? But that's not what the...
I don't care what's on a TV documentary.
Bible says. The Bible says that all the land-dwelling animals were created on day 6 of...
Yeah, and that's nonsense. And man didn't live with dinosaurs. And they weren't on the magic zoo boat. It's nonsense. You're a grown man. You've got gray hair on your head. And you're talking nonsense. For shame.
Of creation, which was when man was created. So dinosaurs and people lived together.
Oh, of course. Yabba dabba doo. Idiot.
According to the Bible. We then read that a pair of every kind went with Noah on board the ark. Must have included dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. Must have put dinosaurs on the magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. We're going to have to listen to it again.
Everyone and every animal land-dwelling not on the ark drowned in the flood. Dinosaur fossil remains are found in this, what's called the epistotonic posture. It's the position an animal gets into when it's drowning or...
No, dinosaurs are found in all kinds of positions. And the thing with the neck back that they're talking about is because the weaker muscles is what moves the head this way or whatever, and the stronger ones move it back because they have to support it, you know, the big heavy neck and everything. So when it dies, the weaker ones give up first and it kind of curls back. It's well known, has nothing to do with drowning.
Suffocating.
No.
Consistent with them having died in the flood.
No. You don't know what you're talking about.
So the evidence for dinosaur fossils is exactly consistent with the Bible.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty terrible. CMI, you're dishonest, and you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Please stay awake in science classes, because you'll learn why the necks they look like that with the long neck dinosaurs. We got one more. Who's this guy? Oh, not Mr. Cap guy. He's terrible too.
Can't you fit millions of years into the Bible between?
You're asking a question you know they're going to say, well, no, you can't possibly do that because we believe the universe is 6,000 years old. Why are you even asking this question? And oh, by the way, if that doesn't concern you enough, this person here in the blue shirt says she's a teacher.
Between Genesis 1 verse 1 and Genesis 1 verse 2.
This is called gap theory, and it's not allowed.
A gap theory? I don't know. I guess so. That's not how I use it, but
For by the Hebrew. And then if you read in Exodus chapter 20, verse 11, God gives the 10 commandments, and he himself says, I created the heavens, the earth, the seas, and everything in them in 6 days, rested on the seventh, the basis of our 7-day week.
the basis of our 7-day week. What day of the week is Jesus' day? Doesn't seem to be one. What day of the week is Moses' day? Noah day? None of them show up on my calendar on my desk here. Isn't that weird? So God made a 7-day week and named it after pagan gods. Okay.
It says God did everything in 6 days. There's nothing else to be done. There's no gap.
Okay, because the Bible story begins with this 6-day creation thing, which is never meant to be taken literally. That's not why it's written. It's an overview of creation. It's not a science book. Theologians will say over and over again, it's not a science book. But creationists will try to squeeze science into a book. That's not a science book. And that's why it doesn't work. We know how old the universe is. We know how old the earth is. We know how long life's been on the planet. And the creationists are just fleecing people as long as they can, hoping enough of them won't stay awake in science classes. And the only way to defeat these charlatans is stay awake in science classes. Please. And get rid of these CMI videos. It's starting to bug me. Oh, let's see. What do we got else there? Time is it? Okay. It's about that time. We'll find some good ones to wrap up here with. Oh boy. King James Street Preacher. Oh no. This looks like a good one. Bible truths that an atheist can't
You're an
miss.
atheist, this is for you. Here are 5 fulfilled historical prophecies. Alexander the Great is described in Daniel 8:1 and his kingdom falling.
No, it isn't.
Cyrus is predicted before he even reigns in Isaiah 44:28. The Jewish
Isaiah, even if that's true, the king had people giving him prophecies daily all the time. It's a hit or miss thing. I'm not going to look them all up, but yeah, no.
Jewish race being blessed is predicted in Genesis 12:3. Even the United Nations in Zephaniah 3 is described.
The United Nations? I haven't heard that one. Okay. For my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdom to pour upon them. That's got nothing to do with the United Nations. That's bringing everybody together. It's not the United Nations. Come on.
And the Arabs being against the Jews is described throughout Genesis. There's also
religions fighting against each other. Oh yeah, that's a revelation. All right.
5 scientific revelations that you can look into that are in the Bible that man didn't know before, prior to technology and modern science. Sanitation laws are in Leviticus.
Sanitation laws? If the plague be somewhat dark, it is but a scab. Yeah, and he shall wash the clothes and be clean. Yeah, no, it's got nothing to do with sanitation. These are all religious washings and stuff.
13.
Ritualistic cleansings. I think that's the word.
The moon not producing its light is in Job 25.
Moon doesn't produce its own light.
The earth floating on nothing is in Job 26.
The earth doesn't float on nothing.
Whales breastfeeding is Lamentations 4:3.
Whales breastfeeding? First of all, it says sea monsters. But if that means the whales draw out the breast they give to their young ones. Okay. So somebody saw some whales. You know what? They go out, what, is it San Francisco Bay or San Diego Bay, one of those ones all the time where the whales are always hanging out? San Diego Bay? Something like that. Yeah, the whales are over swimming all the time. All you need is a little boat.
And the water cycle is described in Ezekiel.
The water cycle. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full unto the place from whence the rivers came. Thither they return again. Yeah, somebody figures out it rains and the rivers flow down. That was beyond scientific understanding. That's like the bees liking flowers in the Quran, right? I think we know that.
Or I'm sorry, Ecclesiastes 1:7. The fool had said in his heart, there is no God.
You Christian, atheist, agnostic?
Atheist.
Oh, hold on. I got to close some of these windows. Get too many windows open and my thing's not going to work on me. Okay. Well, that was pretty terrible. Oh, let's see. Jester, ask Hawaiian shirt guy about the whales. He knows all about them 15-foot things, don't he? The ship of fools, yes. Fracking contaminates groundwater. Yes, it does. Makes the ground go shaky, shaky too. Yeah, we're just mammals, right? That's how mammals take care of business. But you need modern science to know that. No service out here except electric. We have private wells and propane tanks. It's not from city. Yeah, my son lives in a place that pumps their own water. I'm in the city though. Some groundwater artesian wells are safe to begin with, but that isn't always the case. Yeah, I wouldn't trust anything anymore. Even with the survivalists, when they're out and they're pretty sure the water's good and clear and everything, they're still boiling it because you just don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. The UN is the new world order. Yeah, I don't know why they're the Bible talked about the UN. That was a bad one. The UN is 70 years old. Yeah, it took them long enough, didn't it? Chris says the Gregorian calendar has no bearing as to why the Earth is 6 billion years old. Yeah. And I always love the days of the week are because of God, named them after pagan gods. Yeah, Jackie's in a rural area. That's why she doesn't have all the modern conveniences. Genesis 1 and 2 are different orders. Yes, they are. I bring that up now and then. Oh, they go together. It's like, how do they go together when they're different? Well, because if you want to bad enough, they go together. And why did God have to rest? Yeah, the all-powerful being needed a day off. That's odd, too. Yeah, it's God of the gaps theory. They're trying to turn it back around or something. Oh, it's scientific gap or something. It's like, no, you're just wrong. You like her hair? If that's the interview lady, she's a teacher. She let it slip in one of the videos, and I was just like, oh, no. Please don't be a teacher. If you trap nitrogen in the diamond, hitting it with a UV light can cause it to turn into C14. That's what I heard. There can be C14 in diamonds when radioactive decay of isotopes decay nitrogen impurities. Yeah. And that's a totally different thing than testing it with dating methods. Finding some molecules is not the same thing. Because you need it to be alive and then die, and then the C14 and C12s, they have to change over a period of time, which is how it's dated. They can measure other things in minerals and rocks and was it the zircon crystals with the helium trapped in there and all that, but none of that is carbon dating. Oceanus, I've destroyed lots and lots of diamonds in my science laboratory and machining days. Yeah, machinist, I like it too. I've got some diamond blades from my saw. Yeah, they do a good job. Stop the stupidities, and hey, good to see you. Did I see you earlier? Not hello. Always good to see you. I see you numerous times. I don't always remember. If you need to lie for your God, it is you with the issue, not everyone else. See, that's the thing. You know, especially with the creationists and all the fibbing they do. They've got heaven, right? You've got one of the best selling points ever, and I hardly ever hear them talking about it. You said thousands of diamonds in your goldsmith days. They are very popular, aren't they? I've got, it's very teeny, itty bitty little tiny, but there's an itty bitty little tiny one in there. Probably find bigger ones on the machinist floor, but there is a sparkly in there. It sparkles just right. It's sparkling. Yeah, that's exactly it. If you're going to lie about your magic book of lies, why not lie about the science too? And that's the thing, that's what bugs me. You know, if supposedly they have the truth on their side, why do they have to make up all this stuff, right? It is suspicious. It is. What's it? It's 12 o'clock. All right, 12 o'clock. Zircon encrusted tweezers in my pocket. Got to have them zircon encrusted tweezers. We often talk about God sitting at the workbench with his zircon encrusted tweezers, putting all them atoms and everything together. It's got to be tedious. Yeah, that's what I say. All those different things. I know they can find a lot of stuff in the rocks and the minerals and everything and stuff, but as far as the dating goes, then yeah, that's the dating methods are not done that way. Hello, Robin. Are you alone? I'm never alone. I've got all you great people hanging out with me. Sometimes I do the show by myself. I used to be a lot more nervous doing it by myself. It was a lot easier with somebody else, you know. But I've gotten a little more relaxed, and it's always nice when I got friends in the audience and stuff. So yeah, I let folks know. I didn't hear anything. No, I didn't hear it. I let folks know I was going to be on. It's an open invite. The night show, really, it's just my way of hanging out with people that I don't get to see, because Mike likes to do his stuff during the day, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't catch the stuff. So I thought, well, I'll do some stuff in the evening. And I didn't really want to repeat Saturday because, you know, I do Saturdays. So I just started looking at the shorts. And so that's my weekly show, or my weekday show. And sometimes people join me, and sometimes it's just me. You just have to deal with it. But I'm about to wrap things up. I had a long one Saturday, and I'm not gonna do another long one tonight. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Are you, Dave, alone? Are we going to start doing some Hal? I can't allow that, Dave. Good to see you, Dave. Appreciate you stopping by. You alone are Dave. Except Dave's got like this hair flowing around. I think I got a loose one somewhere. Every once in a while it seems to tickle my face. It's one thing about having long hair. You get one little fly away, it'll drive you crazy. You know, I got it tied up, you know. But there's always like, you know, one or two that don't quite make it into the band there. And usually it gets me in the corner of my eye. I love hanging out with my atheist compadres. It is a good crowd. I appreciate you all stopping in. Only the best folks. But we have had some nice theists stop by and join in some conversations, so that's all good too, right? Very few trolls. I think when you're laughing and having a good time, you're just no fun for the trolls. The couple that I've had show up, I just laughed and said, you're not going to ruin my buzz. We're here to laugh. And they went away. So there's a pretty simple solution. And yeah, there is a good community. Make sure you check out, you know, everybody in the community when they're on to help them out. Give them likes, shares, subscribes, all that good stuff. We do appreciate it. Your days of hair issues is over. Well, you know, for a long time, I shaved my head. And then when I started it, well, if you see my old stuff, you'll see I still had really short hair when I was first on YouTube. And then I just thought, you know, I was kind of bored and I wanted something kind of different, you know, for YouTube. And so I thought, well, I'll grow my hair back out. And then I grew a mustache and goatee and everything. Well, I didn't like it around my mouth. It was bugging me. So, but my entire life, I never had facial hair. I never had a mustache or chin hair or anything. So everybody that knows me in the last couple of years, this is all new. This is the chin hair, and I've got the hair is about 3 years worth too, although I did cut it one time to kind of even it up a little bit. And then I trim this too because it gets kind of crazy. My hair is terminally straight, but the stuff on my chin is terminally curly. So, whatever, right? But yeah, everybody that knows me from YouTube is since I started growing my hair in, and I actually have hair on my face. You'll never find another photo of my entire life. I started shaving, I think when I was 16, and I've been clean shaven until 3 years ago. I appreciate it. I don't really have the beard material. It's not as, thick over here, but yeah, I've got the mustache and the goatee and everything I can do. It bothered me around my mouth and trying to, trim around your lips, and forget it. I went down here. Now, let's see. We'll see if we can find one more good one here, and we'll call it a night. Let's see. I know I've got a couple special ones in here. What do we got? Oh, yeah, I already covered you. I want to do this one here, but I got to turn the volume up on it. You can barely hear it. And that's another thing. Christians, you need to get your audio issues fixed. I don't know how many of your videos I can barely hear, and I don't know how you expect anyone else to hear. Somebody walking around. I hope it's somebody I know. Let's see. What can we finish out with? Got to have a good one to finish out with. No, not that one. Not that one. Oh, yeah, this guy here. Yeah, I like this guy. He's pretty annoying. The truth about atheism. Let's try this one.
Uncaused out of nothing. No one's going to expect a giant Christmas tree or a giant rabbit. I have a rabbit home, it's on my mind. But just a random animal or tree to appear, to pop into existence uncaused out of nothing.
You do. That's how you think everything happened. It just popped up out of nothing, showed up. Why wouldn't you expect that to happen? Maybe because those things don't happen.
No one expects that. That's absurd.
It's absurd. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. Bravo. I knew this would be a good one to end on. Thank you very much. It's absurd to think things just pop into existence from a magic man in the sky. It is absurd, isn't it?
And yet that's what atheists have to hold.
No. No, I just showed Deconverted Man's video a few minutes ago. We hold to naturalism, materialism, natural causes. We do not expect these things to just pop into existence. You do.
Which is worse than a miracle, because from nothing, nothing comes. At least with a miracle worker or a...
And Deconverted Man also mentioned his nothing video. We do not hold to a nothing. You do. Your God made everything from nothing.
Magician, you at least have a rabbit in a hat, but you got nothing here. You've got no thing.
No, you don't have a magician with a rabbit in a hat. That's not God. You're not going to compare God to that. No. Because when I do that, you give me a hard time. So, no, you can't do that.
It's nothing. And this is what, kind of as an atheist Gettysburg Address, philosopher Quentin Smith concedes in his debate with William Lane Craig. He says, the most reasonable belief is that we came from nothing, by nothing, and for nothing.
Yeah, it's generalizing. It's not talking about the the origins of the universe and all these things. It's like a philosophical thing. It doesn't actually mean nothing. You can give came from nothing, by nothing, and for nothing. Okay, well, came from nothing. I like Taco's argument. From breakfast tacos, everything comes from pre-existing stuff. So there is not a nothing. And by nothing, well, no, there's natural forces. It's not nothing. And for nothing, well, no, you have a universe. I don't think it's meant to be or anything like that, but that's the result. So something came about by the forces acting on pre-existing stuff. So yeah, I've heard that quote a lot, and it just doesn't apply.
I don't have enough faith to believe in that.
Oh, you don't have enough faith to believe in that?
I think I'll stick with the virgin birth. That's
Oh, you're going to stick with the virgin birth. Yeah.
worse. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Else that's weird but true.
Stop. See, it's...
It's uncaused out of nothing.
All right.
No one's
Stop.
gonna...
Stop. Not going to touch anything. Okay. This is the straw manning atheist argument. And yeah, no. An atheist doesn't believe in God. An atheist does not believe everything came from nothing. And the thing with William Lane Craig, it's the same as Dawkins when he says the universe is just pitiless indifference or something like that. I might have messed up the quote, but basically, yeah, it's in response to the theist arguments of there has to be reason and a lot of these questions that Peter Atkins calls bad questions, like why are we here? And it's not why are we here, it's how are we here? So yeah, that's out of context. It doesn't apply to atheists. It doesn't apply to how I see things or understand things. And if you think the virgin birth makes more sense than how we understand cosmology and everything, well, then again, I don't know what to say. I mean, you're just going to believe in any nonsense over every field of science that says the opposite? Like I told Bread of Life, well, claps for you. But academia doesn't care. And I don't either. Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Virgin birth. And not to mention, that's even messed up in the Bible. It's not supposed to be a virgin. It's supposed to be a young woman. They can't even get that right. So, yeah, you can't get your Bible right. You can't get science right. You can't get anything right, really. Oops. Took myself right out of there. Nope, we don't want that one. That's the one we want. Otherwise, I can't see the chat. Yeah, so that was a quick, wow. That really went quick. 3 hours, boom. Well, I knocked out, hopefully my list is about a dozen shorter now. Jill. Ain't gonna go blind, ain't gonna go blind. Yeah. Make sure you're connected. The writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall. Stumble you might fall. Ow. Ain't gonna go blind. Here we go. I like that song. I play Connected quite often. Stereo MCs. I saw them, they're on one of the late shows too, last couple years here. A lot older than they were in the video, but still jamming it out. So that was cool. Yeah, and the young woman didn't give birth to the Messiah either. Yeah, I know. It's all screwed up. They leave all that out. Tilting Windmill's got a kidney stone diet, always helpful. Zeus got the human woman pregnant, and they had demigods. A virgin birth and a married bachelor. Well, those go great together. There you go. It has to be. All right, I'm going to wrap things up. This has been the Night Watch for the end of July. And what is it? Looks like our next, let's see. The 3rd is Sunday, so it'll be August 2nd. And next week is my anniversary. So, yeah. It's almost my wedding anniversary. So if I don't see you again, I'll see you in August. And have a good one, everybody. Have a good evening. Have a good day. Have a good night. And we will see you Thursday, I think. I think Thursday Simos is doing a show. So might see you on Thursday. And other than that, we'll be back Saturday for Saturday Night at the Atheist, where
we love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
it's where we gather, because all us toast lovers have to get together once a week and tell each other that we still love toast, right? All right, everybody. Good hanging out with you, and I'll see you next time.
Under the moon where shadows play, the channel lights the calm relay. Stories unfold in the softest sound. In the night watch, we're tightly bound. A cozy vibe whispers through the stream, like drifting slow inside a dream. Conversations linger late and free. The night watch is the place to be. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. A laugh, a thought, a quiet tale. The night breathes slow, we set our sail. Through every chat and every laugh, we weave a stream, a timeless path. Stay while the stars are bright, each word a spark that paints the night. Connection deep, it soars and sings. In this space, the heart takes wings. Hang out here beneath the glow, home. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home.